Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. Not sure this is live yet. Oh my God, Miss Shorty, go to bed. Oh my God, thank you for being here, girl. Oh, shut that off. Checking something. So I hope everyone has plans this weekend. Oh, yeah. Want to give you guys? I'm not sure. I'm sure you guys know, but we have uh we have a new addition. New addition to the team. Joe Flipperhead has joined us, and boy, I don't know what to say other than thank you. Um, we're gonna rock this thing, man. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this. He's looking he's looking to do some fun stuff, like outside the box that we weren't even thinking of. And yeah. And it's funny, I wish you guys could have seen it, but how like my mods have a chat going and we added him to the chat. That was like either it's just gonna be really good or this is gonna be really, really bad. And it ended up being really, really good. So I'm so happy that he gets along in the mods and they all click already. Yeah, Miss Shorty, you go have a good day. Be safe, my girl. Please be safe. Maybe we'll see you this weekend, on your time schedule. You know, we got to figure that out. But please be safe. Have a good weekend, Miss Shorty, and we'll see you soon. Love her. She's selling those bumper stickers. Let me show you real quick up on Twitter. And this is someone that doesn't know Karen Reed, right? Has no idea. And yet she's selling things and raising money all the way from down under. Right, my girl. Why can't I find you? Messages. Here we go. Oh, everybody. Real quick. All right, let me share the screen for you guys. Okay. Gotta follow Mrs. Shorty on Twitter. Even if you don't even if you don't have Twitter, make an account and just follow her and then just leave it alone. She's great. Look at what she's doing here. She's 1 week into her free Karen Reed sticker fundraiser, and she's raised $817 for Karen Reed's defense fund. This lady's in Australia. There's only 145 limited edition Miss Shorty custom designed bumper stickers left. Run, don't walk to that link, pay.com fundraiser, and make your donation today. Don't be a loser. She's getting the accent down, right? She's trying, guys. And yeah. I mean that is a nice bumper sticker. I love it. Oh, like sparkles and stuff. So yeah, Miss Shorty, thank you very much for doing that. That is just you're the best. Oh, look at this. Oh, Berkey. Berkey. I can't believe that. That's just next level. Yeah, that's a good question, right? So, So how not Shelby, right? It's all the other mods too, right? And again, right? Joe and the mods, they just click, man. It is so awesome that um it fits like that. Let me see if I can change my screen around. Move me around. Where are we? No. Small. Here we go. I love that background. That's Joe Flipperhead, my guy. Joe Flipperhead from South Philly. Beautiful. Well, I'm sorry that we're all even here because, like, Massachusetts should be known for other things other than the corruption and the murdering psychotics we got running around up here. We had serial killers working the north part, Massachusetts, that they're not telling us about. We got this little Canton issue where bodies just end up for whatever reason, right? I mean, let me just do this map of Massachusetts. South, eastern Massachusetts. That ain't it. This will work, I think. Okay. Canton, right here. Top left corner here. This is the southeastern part of Massachusetts. I mean, Attleboro is pretty big, right? How many bodies are just, quote, found in Attleboro? Attleboro is a lot of, like it's denser. The population, I think, is a little denser in Attleboro than it would be in Canton. But they don't have the bodies or the death. There's Brockton right here. Brockton's big. Brockton has a lot of stuff, okay? Brockton also has a lot of gangs. Brockton also has a lot of homeless people. Brockton, you can't compare Brockton with Canton. Canton is mostly residential. You can compare it with Norwell though, right? Or Marshfield, or even Duxbury. Judging by the money I've seen in Canton, vehicle-wise, I'd say Canton, Duxbury, and Marshfield, Situate, almost all the same. You take those three in the East Coast, right in the water. You got the friggin' smiley face killers going on too, right? You got those three right there in the water. And here's Canton. And you don't have half the bodies that you do just in Canton. How is that possible, right? How? I mean, God forbid what they're doing to Karen Reed. And God forbid what they did to Sandra Birchmore. And God forbid what they did to John O'Keefe, you know? And again, right? Here we are, right? Well, what can we really do about that, right? This is a problem that's bigger than any specific thing. It's bigger than Karen, right? Because this could be anybody. It's bigger than Sandra and her baby, right? It's even bigger than them combined. Because together, it just shows that the police officers, the ones that are out there working on some of these cases, are not the smartest people in the world. They seem to have made I don't say misdiagnosis. Can you imagine being a doctor and the doctors, misdiagnose in the same way that they make mistakes? No. And as an investigator, would you not have questions that you would want answered as an investigator for the town of, say, Canton, or even for the state? Why are you going and asking somebody about um, something they wrote in an email? Why aren't you looking to figure out the things that don't match up? How can the feds give you these guys that specialize in accident reconstruction. These guys are the best. They will tell you exactly how far a body will travel when you get hit by a moving vehicle, depending on the angle. They'll tell you that. What they told you in court was it never happened. The vehicle and John never touched each other. That's it. So that means Karen could not have backed into him. And that means Karen's being railroaded. That's what that tells you. Sandra Birchmore, same thing, right? What's that tell you? You got a cop's girlfriend who's pregnant, who just dies. She commits suicide, and nobody has any questions. How is that even possible, right? Like, how do you not have questions about this girl who's been hanging around the police station, who knows you and been to your house, and yeah, how's that not like? What's up with that? That girl was in your house, watching your children, and you just pretend like it's okay that happened. I know you had a lot going on with you with your new kid that you just went and had delivered, but I mean, dude, you couldn't put that on the back burner and deal with it later on, and maybe talk, figure something else out. There's no middle ground here. Just I'll deal with it. How can you allow that just as an answer? Because there's no answer. That's not an answer. And then I see something on the news that chief of police got arrested or something for abusing his kids or something like that. And I just can't. What's with these cops that all of a sudden are getting in trouble, right? All of a sudden getting in trouble. Remember that number I threw out there and everyone was mad at me? Everybody. I said, I think 90% of the cops cheat. So far in the news, it's been 100% of the cops that have been in trouble have been cheating, having an affairs. The deputy chief was having an affair with a 30-year-old girl. And of course, the cop can say to his wife, no, that's just part of the deal. They all, they're accusing me. I got arrested. I arrested them. They're mad. They're going to make accusations against me. Girl's crazy. Locked up that girl again. She's crazy and blah, blah, blah. She's crazy. So the wife doesn't think nothing of it. Because you're blaming the girl. That girl's crazy. That girl's crazy. Yeah. So, speaking about crazy, this is crazy. Put my glasses back on. So, as you guys know, right? We have a new head of the Massachusetts State Police. Okay, new guy in charge. Comes from Jersey guy. That's all right. We're okay with that, right? All right, let me stop this. Here's a problem. And my friend Catherine Vitale, she's the one that went and fought. She went and represented herself, fought the system, and freaking won. Right? First Amendment stuff. Totally, she's all over it. And she went in and she represented herself and she won. So now we get a new head of the trooper, new trooper head. This guy here. Hey, good morning, bud.
Good morning, man.
I'm just bitching about the trooper.
Which one? Which one?
The fucking new guy.
Oh, what? You don't like him?
No.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't like the communications director. You ready for this?
Oh, he got back to you?
Oh, sure. He sure did.
All right. Hey, can you put me up on the screen or no? I'm backstage.
Oh, sorry. You there, bud? You there? You're there.
All right.
You're on it.
Oh, I see it.
You were just hidden. Shelby did that.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm sorry, man. My fault.
No, good. Dude, check this out, right? This is what makes me mad. I wake up to this morning, right?
Yeah.
I wake up, I slept good, had a great dream.
Yeah. You look
Right.
a little. You look like a little run down last night. A little bit.
Dude,
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
was,
You look. Yeah.
my eyes were closed not long after that, my friend.
You look like you were ready for some sleepies. Yeah.
Done.
All right.
Yeah.
What happened with this email?
So I sent an email. I was wondering if possible to interview the new head of Massachusetts State Police. I'll follow
Right.
the Massachusetts State Police for the past few years and look forward to seeing the direction he leads our fine men and women in, right?
Right.
I got an email back. You ready?
Uh,
Good afternoon, Thomas. Thank you for your support. At this time, we unfortunately will not be able to accommodate that. And we don't anticipate a timeline where that may be possible. Bye. Jesus.
At least they said it nice to you, right? I mean, I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Talk about a Canton salute.
I know. Yeah. They get, Tom, in my opinion, they get a lot more going on. They get a lot going on. They got a lot going on. You know, who's going to be the first interview is going to be mainstream media, right? He's going to get on the news. That's what's going to happen. You know that.
So you're telling me there's not going to be a press conference or anything like that?
No,
They can't invite me or nothing like that?
Well,
Like,
you
hey.
get your press credentials. You're good to go.
So,
yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
I think I need to go ask questions. I'm going to go start asking some freaking questions now, Mike. All right. I'm not happy about this. You know, you and I have to do something too. We have to go and take a walk around the F&F Power Equipment so people can see what we're going to be talking about. Okay. I'd like to show them the driveway.
I have a bunch of pictures already.
Video, bud. We're
going
to
go live?
video.
Okay.
No, we don't have to go live. We just got to record it. That's all.
Okay. I can do that. I'm right here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe we go. I was thinking we go hit the golf ball around a little bit.
I'm leaving.
Oh, you're bailing. You're going. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Damn.
Yeah, I'm leaving. So I might be able to go there today.
Yeah.
But I'm going to see Beetlejuice at 12.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be around. But I got to stop packing too.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Hello. Don't forget the toys. Dog toys. Come on. Bring their bed. Everything. I got to pack for the dogs.
That's the most important thing, actually.
You know it.
You know how I feel about my puppies. Yeah. Good girls. Yeah.
So I'm looking at this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I need to go ask Mrs. Healy some questions. I think she's next on my list, Mike.
I mean, what I guess what we need to know is like, what does his jacket look like? What has he done in the past? What accomplishments has he had? Obviously, New Jersey is not a well-run state, so to speak, with corruption. They get blasted the last couple of years. Yeah. So he's used to it, I guess. He's seen it. So maybe I don't know if he fixed it or not or what, but go ahead.
So here's the kind of the thing.
What's up?
We need someone to find out and try and talk to someone from Jersey that worked with them. I want to talk to them. I want to find them people and find out what they think. I want to hear from a cop's perspective. Somebody from the New Jersey State Police that worked directly under this guy. If anybody knows anybody in New Jersey that has a contact with the state police that has anything or any way for me to get in touch with him, please send it to me through email, cputom@gmail. I'm trying to get some information, some history about the guy that's going to be leading the state police of Massachusetts, because we kind of have an issue here, Mike. I don't know if you noticed, but we have a small little thing I just think we can tweak to make it better for the public.
What's that song?
Just wipe out the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office.
Oh, I agree. I agree 100%.
That would fix everything.
Fix a lot of things.
Gone.
Fix a lot of things.
And you know what? You take Plymouth County, Bristol County, and you just merge them together. You give them a couple more towns on the list. Give them an extra person. Done.
That's not a bad idea, Tom. I like that, actually.
Right?
Yeah. How busy is Bristol County? We don't hear anything going on down there, right?
Let's just move that line over, right?
Yeah,
so all you got to do is just move.
And just have two offices if you want. Like you have have one DA. You're right.
Bring it. Come on.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man.
No, two DAs.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And then just make two counties, a north and a south.
Okay.
And just I don't know.
I think actually
there's ways we can do this.
That's a really good idea. You know, but there's so many bodies dropping in the Norfolk. It's just crazy. There's someone in the Charles River last night.
What?
They got a floater in Charles River last night. Yeah. Someone in the water. Right in the Charles River.
Baby
face killer. Smiley face killer, I mean.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what it was, or when I hear body in the water and the Charles, I immediately go to the smiley face killers. But I just wanted to give you a heads up. We don't have to do it now, but
I'm just gonna take a peek at the station.
Excuse me. Hey, good morning, Marissa.
All right. We can report on this now. Hold on, guys. I say we
You see anything? Is up there? You find it?
hold on a second, Mike.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna just hold on 1 second.
You take your time.
I'm gonna put you backstage, Mike,
All right, go ahead.
and you guys hold on because I'm gonna go backstage.
Joe, good morning.
Morning,
Hey,
everybody.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Mike, is your phone in front of you?
laptop on chest.
did you really?
Yeah,
You up late again or what?
I think so.
Did you watch the whole game?
Yeah, it was a pretty good. They should have. Did you see it? The end?
Oh yeah. I watched the highlights in Sports Center.
Shelby, can we work on that? Is that possible?
What's that?
Nick Rocco's gonna go live on Jammin' 94.5.
Well, really?
Yeah. Mike, is your phone in front of you?
Yeah.
Can you put it on? Can you put your StreamYard on mute real quick so I can call you? Because I gotta ask you a question about something before you even mention something.
All right, you want to put me on quiet? Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
All good.
Sorry about that.
Happy
Joe.
birthday, Joe. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you. Oh man.
Can we move Joe's box into like a top box, maybe, Shelby, if you're listening?
I can just drop that. How's that?
Okay. How's that? Okay. Yeah, there you go. I want to see Joe. It's a birthday boy.
Mike,
Yeah.
I got something I want to show you guys. Joe, this is important stuff here.
Yeah.
See this?
I do.
They met with the medical examiner.
I heard. Mike sent me that yesterday. I didn't.
Yeah.
go into it.
It's kind of a big deal. We should talk more about this, Tom. You're right. This is huge.
Yeah. I mean, remember that
That's huge.
text that they sent to Proctor about being an amateur?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
How many cases was this man referring to, Mike?
I can tell you right now, I think the Chico's cases should be reopened and looked at again. And they already actually, so the FBI has actually overtaken the medical's office and seized records from I don't know how long ago, but they actually set up a little conference table in there and were just interviewing people the whole time. So this medical examiner was coached to give a undetermined cause of death.
Do you see what this says? Including things from the crime scene, witness testimony. Perkins said, the first question I would have is, how much information did the medical examiner have when they first made that determination? Boom. There you go.
Yep.
There you go. It's what the state police give to the medical examiner. If they don't have the information, they can't make it. It can't be part of the equation, right?
That's right. I think they coached a lot more than we think. I think they're really coached. That's a good sign right here that the medical examiner's involved in the FBI, because now they can go back and look at this ME's past cases and just go through every single one of them and ask her how you came across what you wrote on the death certificate. Even like Sandra Birchmore.
How did you get here, right?
Yeah.
How did you end up here?
How did you make that jump from this to that? And like you have to be on your game and say, well, I didn't think it was a suicide, or I thought it was a suicide. because of this. You're right.
Look at what's in quotation marks. All right. I think it's really important a really important question to ask whether or not the district attorney and the state police shared sufficient information with the medical examiner. And even if they did, and the medical examiner was still saying no, I think it's a suicide. How much did they challenge that decision?
That's right. That's huge. That's a
Yeah.
bomb right there. That's a bomb, man.
That'd be a good be good to pull up the text from with Proctor in the group chat about him not being able to get not being able to
Amateur.
close the
Yep.
And we're talking about something that it has to be definitive. This is beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Right. Right.
And-
if not, it's undetermined. Right. If not, it's undetermined.
Now,
If she
can
can't
dude.
figure it out, you gotta go that way. I know she could. I know she
when the
could.
medical examiner doesn't even know how John died, how can you have some jurors in a room with half a piece of information make a determination saying she's guilty about what? What is she guilty of? What?
You're right. Yeah.
What?
I agree.
What? What did she do? Show me. You show me everything else. You show me her drinking. You show me her driving.
Yep.
What else? Show me.
They put her on the stand. Remember?
Don't care. Show me. I want to see it. What do you got?
Oh, you're all fired
Do you guys
up.
see? Do you guys want to have that before we get live? Do you guys want to have that girl on today?
We are live, bro.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I had no idea.
Remember I told you
I
the
thought
live.
7:30. You said.
You'll get it.
No,
You'll get it, bud.
Tom was on his own schedule sometimes, so I saw that he went live. So I said, send me the link and stuff. I thought
I got duped like a mofo.
Hey man, no.
No.
I saw 7. You talked to Nikki. Your girl Nikki talked. Your girl Nikki said 7. I saw it. 7. That's between you two.
I think he
Don't
thought.
take care of it.
Maybe it is my fault because I think he thought we are gonna go on at like 7 and talk about what we're gonna game plan today and then go live. But we went. Tom went live right away.
Yeah, these guys are good. They were all waiting for me. We're all good here.
Hey, listen, Joe. Look at Tom. Look how much better he looks than last night, man. You know,
My eyes are
He's awake.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, guys. I was wiped out yesterday.
Oh no, really? You couldn't tell.
And then I went in and went to bed, like wiped out, just
Yeah.
wiped out.
Yeah.
So I feel good today. Feel good. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
good day. It's Joe's birthday. Happy birthday, Joe.
Thank you. I had
know.
no idea we were live, but all right.
Hey, we're live.
See that red box on the left of the screen up
Yeah,
there?
I see it now. It says live.
Yeah, there you go. That's yeah. I've always questioned myself on that too. I'm like, oh shit, are we live right now? And yeah, we are. We aren't. It's fine. But
That's
yeah.
why I try and keep my language just always. And I know I've been swearing this morning. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right, man. But hey, if you get a chance today, if you look up that body, the floater in the Charles.
That's what I was looking at, and then that whole medical examiner thing jumped up in my face.
All right, yeah.
Because you and me have been on that. We've been looking and seeing how that actually came about. How did that get determined to be, what it was?
Yep.
Yeah, we have issues with that.
The other thing about the Stoughton District Court and and the whole police department is that where the hell is the judge that got Karen on manslaughter? Remember that first judge there, Judge O'Malley? When she got arraigned, he was the sitting judge, and then he left last October. I don't think he wanted any part of what was going on. He left, so he's gone. Believe that? You get a judge just steps down and no one talks about it. That's shady. That's sussy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Crazy. But anyways, moving on.
All right. Listen, I need 2 minutes, guys. This is important to me. That's why I asked for the 2 minutes. All right.
Yeah.
5 years ago, next town over, there's this nice lady that just went missing, just vanished out of thin air, just poof, gone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she's still missing. So they just did a trailer for her. It's been 5 years, so they just they're recapping it. I'd like to show it so people to get it back in front of them real quick, because this is, wait till you hear this story, guys. It's Sandra Crispo, Mike. You've probably heard about her. You know, Sandra Crispo, that the older
Probably
lady.
so.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Round one, buddy.
5 years since a Hanson woman
There
vanished.
you go.
Crispo's disappearance remains unsolved to this day. Boston 25 News reporter Bob Ward has reported on her case from the very beginning. And Bob, you spoke with Crispo's family.
Cale, the last 5 years have been excruciating for Sandra Crispo's daughter and her family. Sandra Crispo was last seen in 2019. Since then, not a trace of Sandra has surfaced. She has completely disappeared, and Sandra's daughter is not giving up her search. I want to show you now a picture. That's Sandra Crispo. On August 7th, 2019, she was 54 years old, a grandmother, living alone in a small home on Spofford Avenue in Hanson. Sandra's son-in-law, Tim McMahon, was the last known person to see her. He dropped her off at the house after dropping Sandra's car off at a local mechanics. Sandra did not answer her phone the next day. On Friday the 9th, Sandra's daughter, Lena, who is also Tim's wife, went to the house. The doors were locked. It was empty. There was no sign of Sandra Crispo. Now, police have done extensive searches of the area. There are a lot of woods. There's water. They have found absolutely nothing. I recently spoke to Sandra's daughter about what the last 5 years have been like. What has it been like living these 5 years without your mom, without knowing exactly what she is?
It's been a whirlwind of emotions, really. It's super challenging in the fact that we live with this ambiguous type of loss every single day. There's really no end point of grieving. It's just a cycle that continues. And every day you wonder, you know, is this going to be the day that we get the phone call? Or it's been a lot.
Well, in a statement, the Plymouth County DA's office said Sandra's case is very much open and active, and they are appealing to anyone in the public to contact them with information. Just a baffling case, Cal.
But Bob, people don't just vanish into thin air.
No.
You have a New England's Unsolved coming up on this.
Yeah, after all this time, Sandra Crispo's daughter, Lena, believes that her mom was a victim of foul play, and she has some very strong opinions on what happened to her mother and what the motive is here.
Yeah.
It's all very disturbing. We are working on this story. It's our next New England's Unsolved. We'll let you know when it's coming up.
All right. Thank you very much, Bob.
You got it.
Wow.
Window Nation is on the more.
Wow. That's good. That's good. That's a good story.
5 years. Yeah.
I must have missed the part. Was she driving or was she walking when she went missing?
She got dropped off by her son-in-law, and then he hadn't heard from her. He went back the next day to see what was going on, and he could not get in the house. The doors were locked. Everything was shut up. Yeah. She's never found again.
Where her car was dropped off and where she got dropped off to get cigarettes to walk home is not very far. It's not a far distance at all. So my thought is, in that area, there's a lot of small cottages that have been built up, we'll say, into homes. They were legit summer cottages. You could only couldn't go there in the winter because they weren't built that strong.
Right.
They were just summer houses, but people moved in, upgraded them, built them up. Now they're homes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
By doing that, they had to connect to public water, sewer, blah, 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 blah. But they still have the old septic tanks in the ground, and they have the green covers because they weren't very big and they weren't used much, and they needed to get cleaned out every so often. So they weren't covered. Covers had easy access, and the lady wasn't a very big lady. So I think someone may have taken her and put her in there in one of the 100 freaking septic tanks out there litter in the area. And
Okay.
And then you have maps. Then if you look at the maps, and you have flooded wetlands all around. It's a bad area.
What
She
pond?
wouldn't be there.
What pond is there? Tom, you know?
Montponset. She was
Really?
on Montponset, yes.
Okay.
I lived on Montponset a long time ago.
Yeah.
I fished there.
Yeah.
But she's not in the water.
No doubt. She would have been found. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's this YouTube channel. It's called Adventures with Purpose. Have you guys seen them?
Yes, I have. Them guys are
Underwater
great, huh?
dive team. They're
I dive.
unbelievable.
I
They
dive.
solve cold cases.
Yep. A lot of cars in the water, huh?
Yeah, they pull out. I think they went into a couple of them where they pulled out 6 cars, all within. It's crazy. That's why I was asking if she was driving. Then that's what they're good at. So I didn't know if maybe you could link them up, but
Yeah.
But she didn't have a car though. She dropped it off.
yeah, she was dropped off. Yeah, right.
Right. But that's a cool idea. That's a
They
good
use
way.
sonar and they
Yeah.
there's a whole, we could talk about it another time, but there was one, they solved the case near me probably like a year and a half ago. This guy was missing for like 20 years. Turns out he drove like off a loading dock for a boat. The car floated like 50 feet out into the river. And then as they were building a dock for it, they drove one of the piles, like the dock piles, straight through the engine block of the car. And it's been there for 20 years. Yeah. I'll send you guys a link to it later. It's pretty crazy.
Jesus.
Wow. What an awesome adventure that is. The name of the channel. That's kind of cool.
This guy was missing for 20 years. They went out for 10 minutes and found him.
Oh, so he's still in the car under the water.
Exactly. Yep.
Wow. No foul play. He just accidentally drove off or did it on purpose, probably,
Yeah,
right?
20 years he was missing. They found him in 20 minutes.
Wow. What let him down there, Joe? What made him think that was
just the location?
Oh, they were looking for cars altogether, right? Weren't they? You said they just kind of were looking for cars.
It was a bad spot. Cars always drive into the river in this one spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Unintentionally. It's not. It's like it
just happens.
2-lane road that turns into a 1 lane, and people, if you're drinking at night or something, you don't notice it. It would happen quick, you know.
Oh, you go right through the curve and go right out to the dock.
All right.
Right. That sucks. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, so the Birchmore case made the front lines of the Canton Citizen again, Tom, which is kind of cool. They took the whole first half of the page.
You were telling me that, right?
Yeah. You don't see that too often. So what I've heard about that newspaper, the local newspaper in Canton, is that they've been handcuffed and threatened that advertisers will leave them. Certain people are putting pressure on them not to report the cases, to sit back and let it play out, kind of thing. And I think the editor finally said, "Nah, we're going at it." I wrote them an awesome email one time about, why aren't you covering the best story in the world right now? You just sitting on your hands. It was kind of an angry email, but I don't know. I had my opinions about what was going on. And then to find out that people actually threatened them to leave the paper advertising just to force them, it was crazy. But yeah, that actually happened.
Wow.
I still want to find out where O'Malley is, the judge from Stoughton. If anybody knows, let me know, or Tom know, or Joe. We can figure this out. But anyways.
So, Joe, do you happen to have any First Amendment auditors down there? Do you know what them people are?
Yeah. No. Okay.
What do you mean by it?
They'll walk into town hall and start asking questions that they're allowed to ask, and they'll film, and the lady behind the desk will say, "I don't want to be on film," and because they're public servants, they have to be on film, or they're allowed to be on film. That type of back and forth.
No, I don't even really notice any of that around.
So
I kind of live in a small town, so not really too much happens. But
here's our issue, right? I'm trying to get in touch or get in contact with somebody from New Jersey that worked under the new guy that came up here for the state police.
Do we know what part of Jersey he was in?
Again, see, there you go. I wouldn't even know to even ask that question.
Yeah, Noble's his last name, right? Yeah.
If we can maybe find someone that has some information about this guy or worked under him, that we can maybe get on the show and find out what's his style like. Is he a tough is he tough? Is he fair? Things like that. I would like to ask those type of questions. I asked the communications director for the state police for a direct interview, and they said no, never. So nice, whatever.
They said no. They got back to you.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, I don't think I saw it. You emailed him yesterday, right?
Yeah, remember I told you I emailed the communications guy looking to get an interview. There you go. Good afternoon, Thomas. Thanks for your support. At this time, we unfortunately will not be able to accommodate that. We do not anticipate a timeline where that may be possible.
Of course. When does this become effective? Is it already in motion?
Done.
It's done.
Done.
Yep. He's moving his whole family up here. He's in the process of doing it, or maybe he's already here. I don't know. But it's pretty fucking crazy, man.
And I can't even get a handle on which way this guy's going to go with the state police, right?
Well, I mean, being from New Jersey, you would think he's a badass, but who knows? Who knows? He's definitely got the bald head, so that's going to work for us.
Oh, he's going to fit right in.
Yep, the brown shoes and the bald head. I hope not, but yeah, I know he has a bald head.
Oh, we should send him a pair of shoes. What size?
No, stop. Why you want to get on his bad side?
I already am.
That was the director of communications. Come on, man.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, we
one
got to
of,
go straight to the source.
Yeah, right.
well, yeah, you know who that is? Governor Mara Healy.
Yeah,
My
It
friend.
felt like a political stunt by her to do what she did.
absolutely, Joe. Absolutely.
She can
This
just
is-
use it. Look what I'm doing. I'm trying to clean
Yep.
things up.
Hot
Yeah, yeah.
potato. There you go. Not my problem anymore, is it? It's this new guy.
Yep.
It would be great though if he came in and just caused hell.
I'm trying to
Oh.
get. I want. Now I have questions for Mrs. Healy. How come she won't let me talk to the guy she hired? Why?
Right.
I'll find Mrs. Healy somewhere. She's be out there. I can ask her that question.
But she's getting berated with questions from the mainstream media every time she has a little presser at an event. There's a Sandra Birchwell question coming up all the time.
Because we have questions, right?
Yeah, yeah. Good
See,
point.
here's the question I've been asking myself. So Proctor is suspended indefinitely without pay, right?
Mhm.
So say that continues and the next trial does happen. Like, will he testify? Like, do they call him to testify, or like, is he
It's great.
obligated to? I don't like.
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
good question, man.
Unless the troopers in like Lally come to an agreement with the judge and the defense in regards to whether or not they can call this guy or not, because he's already impeached. He's
Right.
impeached himself,
Yeah,
right?
big time.
So obviously the prosecution is not going to want him. The defense is going to want him. They have to
Right.
fight back and forth.
Because if you
This is
But you
something.
think-
This is something. Now think about this. Bev allowed Proctor in. Now, because Proctor's in trouble, Bev will not allow Proctor in now.
right, well, you remember they were trying to keep him out there for a little bit during trial. Remember that? And then Alan Jackson, he kind of turned it up a notch, and I think he mentioned Proctor every other sentence that he could
Yeah.
to try and force their hand because
Yeah.
I really don't think they planned on or wanted to call him.
Correct.
No, I don't. I think, in my opinion, I think Lally did that to really have Proctor be the fall guy for the state, in my opinion. But he made him go through all the texts and say it, and then Alan Jackson just crushed him. You're right. But
Yeah, they hung him out to dry. Like he had no. Like,
yeah.
Sean was even talking about that. He knew it was going to happen before it ever even happened. He said,
You're right. Yep, you're right, man. Sean was right.
Listen,
Absolutely.
not to get off track, but it kind of is. What we can do a show Sunday,
Yeah.
Joe?
You
I could do Sunday. Yeah.
All right. What do we want to do Sunday? 'Cause we can like do a show, like a whole day, not a whole day thing, but we can like do a show Sunday. What are we thinking? Like, you gonna bring anybody on? What about Eve, Miss Shorty?
Yeah, Eve will come on.
I mean, I told. Did you guys see who was messaging me last night about coming on today?
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
see. We can move her to Sunday if we wanted to. If
Yeah,
we could bring her on today, whatever we want to do. It doesn't. I mean, it's up to you guys.
I think Sunday we can give more. We got more time.
Yeah. I mean, I got put some stuff together last night, but
It's hard. It's scheduling hard. It's so hard. You have so many things in the middle of it.
Right.
But listen, we
Sunday-
got Mike. Me and Joe got a calendar now, so we're sharing a calendar. So we're gonna start.
I do too. I got.
Oh, you're on it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, good. So now we're gonna start. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good deal.
Yeah, we get the Patriots game on Sunday. Just remember that. So
Oh, when is the Patriots game?
I think it's 4:00, I believe.
All right,
Or
so
no, it's 1:00, I believe. Yeah, it's 1:00.
well, we'll do a morning then. That's all.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You got anything in your mind, Mike?
I'll give you an update on the waves and the fishing if you
Yeah.
want. We can do
And
that.
that's the thing. Like, Mike's not gonna be here. He's taking it on the road with us.
Yeah, I'll give you some video of me looking for the orbs on Block Island if you want. I can do all that. I can give you some live video of that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna pretty much relying on YouTube to help me through, an email or on the schedule who we got going on. I'll just prepare that way. I apologize, but this is
wait, you're going on vacation?
yeah. Yep. I leave tomorrow. Tomorrow. And then today I'm going to see Beetlejuice at noon. So I get that going on today too. But that's a biggie.
You know what? I did see 7 o'clock. You know why I saw 7 o'clock? Because that's when we were all supposed to get up and get
and talk.
Yeah, and talk.
Yeah. That was supposed to be.
I hit the live button.
I know you did.
That was me.
That's why I came in. I was
Told ya.
I was thrown off.
Listen, I woke up ready to go. I mean, this is a good day. It's Joe's birthday, right?
Of course.
So
Absolutely.
look, excited about it. Sorry, started early.
No doubt.
I was trying to put together a thing where I have like a couple. I have all this stuff on my. I was trying to sort it all because to do it for a show, I've never done it. Presented something, but
Right.
I was trying to find clip videos and have them so Tom could pull them up as I go through stuff so we could show. I was getting there and then I fell asleep. So
No worries, man.
That happens.
Yeah. Well, we weren't really talking about going live this morning, but we just kind of talked about it last night, and here we are. So, last night was a little short because of the game and stuff. We see like we have to focus around the NFL because I think just the draw of that alone, we can do that. Just make sure
people
keep the timing in check in terms of logging off because people want to spend an hour with pre-game stuff and all that other crap. So I get that. But anyways,
all right. There's a question and no super chats. Listen, on the 10th, we're gonna turn that option on. So we're getting there. It's scheduled. We'll say, well, it's scheduled. We definitely have a schedule, right, Joe?
A schedule? We're making it up as we go. We're going to get it together.
The girls got this.
You talking about practice? You talking about practice?
Not a game. It's always game mode with me.
That's absolutely right, man. Yeah. I saw your Twitter. You went right at Allen Iverson, huh?
Did you see the guy that? I think that was the guy that started the conversation about me being Allen Iverson.
I know.
He tweeted Allen Iverson last night saying, "This guy's trying to impersonate you."
Yeah.
So I tweeted Allen Iverson and said, "Hey, Allen Iverson, I'm trying to impersonate you." On
Twitter. He did. Imagine,
did you guys like the picture I
Oh.
made for the LV cops?
Yes.
Yes, I like that one.
Yeah, that's cool. That was cool. Hey, Joe, at one point, maybe we can do like everybody's Twitter handle picture on a poster. And now that it's involved with the Free Karen Reed and Sandra Birchbook cases. We get a chance. We could probably line those up a little bit easier.
What, just like a collage with all the Twitter pictures?
Yeah. Yep.
Can I show this to you guys real quick? I want to show you something.
We don't have a choice, Tom.
Not just for you, but for everybody else.
Yeah.
Progress, just so you know. We have a blue check mark.
Whoa.
Wow.
We're check marked. We're blue check marked, which means we can stream now to Twitter.
So why do you have it still locked though, Tom?
Right here?
Well, you can't repost. You can't repost any of your posts, just so you know.
Okay.
We're gonna
you do have that locked.
Right here. Yeah. Okay. I'll get on that.
Yeah, you don't have to do it today, but yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
So just want to let people know that we're making progress here.
So we have the Karen Reed 2020
interview tonight. That's right.
9:00, right?
Yep.
There's a bunch of preview clips out there. They look pretty good. I don't know.
Well, again, like you were talking, Mike, they'll take these little clips and they'll turn it around, make it look bad when it's.
So it was before trial that it was filmed, correct?
That's correct. Yep. A lot of it was. I'll tell you what, they were here. It's been a year and a half in the making. Anyway, 2 years. They've been chipping away at it. They were actually here in Canton. And they went to CF McCarthy's and were attacked by the Galvins or somebody like that was yelling at him about get out of our town, you don't belong here. This is 2020 producers with Alan Jackson, Yannetti, and someone else, I don't know who it was, but they're yelling at him to leave our town. So you kind of
screaming.
Kind of feel what we're saying about these people might just unhinge on Canton. Who knows? But they had a taste of it when they were here for dinner.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what it is. I'm not going to be able to see it live because.
Joe, did you hear about that, Joe? They turned around in the parking lot. The producers, they'd Karen in the vehicle, and they come out and they started accosting the vehicle.
Who did?
Galvin's, someone else. Yeah, Jim
Ferris. People from the D&E Pizza come out, and it was a whole scene. The cops showed up. It was bad. It was bad just because they turned around across the street.
Oh my gosh, Chris Albert, he's a piece of shit.
They got it all on film.
Yep. It's crazy, man. It's crazy
Oh,
town.
Bama.
Clown town. Clown town. Hey, when are we getting the real deal O'Neill on here? Joe, Tommy, what do you think?
Listen, we're bolting everything down before she comes on the show.
That's true.
I messaged her this morning, or just like a couple minutes ago. I need her to see the video that we watched last night from Mass Accountability with the guy with the stain on his shirt.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus, that guy.
Yeah, that was awesome.
She'll love that.
Yeah, she would. She's got no filter, man.
Listen, she's the real deal.
She needs to stay off. She needs to just go on Twitter just to tweet and then stay off from there.
Post it, yeah, a little post to go. So I don't care what anybody says. I'm just gonna post this and move on. Yeah, kind of thing.
See, when I was trying to put some stuff together last night, I was looking at, I was going to go after Jen McCabe again.
Yeah.
And when if you could just go through her first, she did there's 5 police interviews that recorded about her between the morning that John O'Keefe was found and February 1st. In 5 police reports, she gives 5 completely different stories. It's almost shocking how it wasn't even really brought up during trial, like some of the stuff that she said.
Yeah,
in the police report.
You're right.
So at 6 a.m. This is just one example. At 6 a.m. During the Canton original report, so it was Good, Mullaney, and Lank.
Yep.
Good said, Jen McCabe said that she saw the passenger door open, but nobody came in the house. That's what Jen told Good. And then Jen told Mullaney she was dropped off by Reed at sometime between 12 and 1. John O'Keefe was dropped off. That means to me,
In the house.
And then Lank, she tells Lank that she observed the vehicle just sat out front of the house for several minutes. So off the bat, within 30 minutes, there's 3 different stories.
That's right.
And how can it be, right? If what happened, it only happened one way, right? I'll see it one way, Mike, Joe, we'll all see it different. But our ways never change because it's what we see.
Well,
How can she have different interviews? That's questionable itself, right?
I go back to the Nagel testimony and the other people in his truck, kind of Tenuto and his ex-girlfriend. That's crazy to me that they didn't see the white Jeep and they saw Karen at 10 and 2 inside the Lexus. So, and that was at, I forget what time that was. They drove by her, but 12:30ish, I think it was, or 12:20ish, somewhere around there. So it's kind of weird how they can just blatantly lie like that, and then on not only to a police officer, but then do it on the stand as well.
Well, Lally helps them do it because I don't know if I think I knew this, but I just kind of put it all together. Like I said, I had this whole thing laid out, but so Jen McCabe does a separate interview on February 1st with Trooper Prince.
Yep.
Who never testified during the trial.
You're right. Yep.
There's a text in
Prince?
in Prince's report. She says that Jen texted John at 12:21 a.m. here ? So I went back and this is in her report, 12:21 a.m. and that lines up with everything. That lines up with John getting dropped off at 12:21, going in the house, ascending 3 flights of steps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did that give her time to get home?
Yeah. That's not even that is.
But wait a minute,
time that makes sense for the whole story. Makes sense.
Okay, good.
But then when you go back and watch, when Lally's going through the text, that text is never shown. It goes straight to 12:27.
Wow, I never.
So the 12:21 text is never presented.
You're right. I know what you're saying now.
I don't know that one. Yeah. Wow.
Lally went right over it, and they didn't catch it.
I don't know if maybe it was deleted. I have video for it. I could try and send it to you now if you wanted to watch it. I have it all clipped up, but
keep that for Sunday.
And then there's another text at 12:31 and 47 seconds. Jen says that to Proctor, she texts, "Hey, pull up behind me" at 12:31. 9 seconds later is when John's phone starts to move for the last time.
Oh man!
So within that 9 seconds, they're saying is when. Okay, I'll save it for when we.
I know. He's not there yet, allegedly, according to Jen. But 9 seconds later, he's going up and down the stairs. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. 9 seconds later is when he does the 80 steps that Marino said was from waving the phone around.
Right. Yeah. Right.
When you put it all together and just see it,
I don't
You
understand.
see it. It's just, you could see. I have it in front of me. I'm looking at it right now. You could see the lies. You know.
Yeah,
Oh,
Joe,
man.
you have to look at the whole thing, but um, the time it takes her to get home from 34 to Meadows, okay? Why don't we see that on the Ring camera?
Deleted.
Now, if the phone is in the possession of the people in the house, which we don't know, right? It came out. Did it get brought out from the house when it get given to somebody?
You're saying why it wasn't on the Ring?
But no, what I'm saying is John's phone, right? If they have John's phone, they have access to his Ring camera footage.
They do.
Right.
They have, and that I believe was part of it. John called the police department 53 times. John has video. John was a video guy, okay? So he doesn't drink mixed drinks. So the glass is bullshit. He drinks beer. Nothing but beer. He's a beer guy. 2, he kept video. He was a video guy. All the footage that he was sending to the Albert was from his Ring cameras that he had on his house.
Right.
Those videos are gone.
When she gets back.
All his videos are gone.
Yeah.
All of them, even the ones he was saving that showed the drug dealing that he was supposedly complaining about. But whatever he was complaining about, trafficking, who the hell knows? The video files that he had recorded that he sent as evidence are gone.
Crazy. I know. I can't believe the kid was dealing drugs in front of his house. First of all, that's crazy.
So it's like Canton took care of Canton's problem because John knew something. And he, of all things, right? You don't think he heard something putting bracelets on sex offenders? That was his job. He put bracelets on sex offenders.
He did.
What if he heard something about somebody else, one of the police officers in town? What's he do? Same thing that they did in Stoughton. They called and said something. Got intercepted. They got mad. Took it out on him. Not gonna, I'm thinking there's something like that went along the lines because John had no problem picking up the phone, calling the police. None. He did it all the time.
Right. Yeah, there's a big story that we don't know. Nobody knows. I don't know. I mean, only the people that were there know, but something happened with, because when you just think about like the leaving the waterfall and all of that, like the Chris Albert story about how he
walked home.
When the kids turn 21, they go back to the pizza shop, and the kid was 23. He wasn't turning 21 years old. That's story. Like, does that put Chris Albert at the house? Are they trying to keep him out of the house? Like I said, if you just go back and go through it all, none of it makes any sense. I caught that last week. I was like, the kid was turning 23, and he was saying that he was 21, and this is the whole reason that they were all going to go back to the pizza shop.
Yep. So that answers the question. Well, why are you guys talking about going back? Well, it's a family tradition. We always do it for everybody's 21st birthday. We usually
this guy doesn't. He didn't remember how long he's been married to his wife, but they all could say that they saw some glass. Karen pulled out a glass from her shirt from another bar. All of them said it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I've done that before. I've taken a drink from one bar to another.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe Karen did have the glass, right? And then John says, I'm going to take this with me because I don't need you drinking anymore and drive with an open container. Went in the house with it to throw it out or get rid of it. No,
stop. Flip.
Ew.
That glass had a thick bottom, correct? It was a heavy weighted glass, right, Mike? It was heavy, right?
Yeah. Yep.
When you hold the glass, how do you hold that glass, Mike?
From the bottom, I think.
You grip the heck out of it with your hand.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Show me the prints, because the prints would be exactly on the part of the glass that she had to hold.
You're right.
Where are the prints?
They probably didn't do any because it was out in the elements.
Then it can't be used as evidence. There's no tying it together. But yet they introduced it as evidence. How?
Yeah,
How? They can't tie it.
Bev allowed it to happen.
The glass is irrelevant.
Well, the glass on the back of the bumper didn't line up with the glass they found in the snow, right?
You know about the hair, right? The hair, it was horse hair.
I know.
Yeah, idiots.
And I believe the phone was found under John and then given to Kerry Roberts. Had it.
So time out. Show me the video. Show me where on the video Jen walks over and grabs the phone.
Oh,
The
Kerry?
dash cam?
From Kerry, right?
Well, whoever picked it up,
Right.
right? Show me that. Show me who left the. We see Jen walking into the house.
That's right.
So where was the phone? And when was that phone found?
We don't have that data, I don't think.
So it would only have to be Kerry, right? So Kerry Roberts, when did you pick up John's phone? Are we going to accuse her of picking up the phone? Because we saw Jen walk in the house, waking everybody up.
Right. Without the dog being there.
Remember that? We
Yeah.
saw Jen walk in. We did on video.
That's right, from the dash cam.
So who
Alan,
found
yeah.
the phone?
Alan,
Who found the phone?
I believe it was Kerry Roberts had it first. And she had it like in her possession in front of the dash cams and didn't even like say, hey, I found his phone. Do you guys want to take it?
Oh, by the way, here you go,
Yeah.
right?
Right. It was crazy, man. The whole thing is crazy. Yeah, that's a little confusing for me. Like the actions don't line up with the verbiage in the police reports. You know, and I think the phone gets lost for a while. Like, I mean, in my mind, I don't know, remember where it went from Kerry to the state police or to the Canton police. I don't know when that happened. Like,
Mike, if that was a domestic, it's still a crime scene.
right.
If it's a murder, it's still a crime scene. There's no going in touching the cell phone. You don't touch anything.
Or let a witness have it, take it. That's just nuts to me. That's such bad policing. I mean, it's so bad.
There's so little evidence that like we should have or that we don't, because we talked about Murdaugh a little bit yesterday, but in that case, they have his phone with the phones. Every time they go from like if your phone's like standing up and then you turn it sideways, if you're going to watch a video or something, that's recorded. They know when your phone makes that movement. We don't have any of that information on John's phone.
Agree with
Yes.
that, man.
Yeah.
You know, I bet you the feds have it. Obviously, they have the cloud and they got everything they need, but they're just sitting on it. I don't understand. You know, I guess when they do come, you know, when they show up and they're coming, it's going to be a big roundup this time. We're not going to see one person go down at a time. I don't think anymore. You're going to see a group of people go, and then that's my opinion. But I hope so. It makes sense to my because you just want to take one off the street and then have the other people that are like, talking about what they're going to do next, or trying to flee or whatever you want to do. Because how can they not know what we know and how we think? Because it's just logical sense here. You put 2 to 2 together and equals 4. I don't understand why they can't do that math in their head about this case. Like you're running up against the water here, pal. You're trying to swim upstream. It's just not going to happen. Go with the flow. You're done.
Yeah, one thing that I think is going to be a huge part of the next trial that was kind of, I don't know if it was more overlooked or if it was didn't dive in as deep as it could go, is I think the cert search. I think that's going to be a huge emphasis this next trial, because if you guys remember, the jury had one question about the evidence. It was about the cert team search. And remember they sent the jury note to Bev asking for the report, but there wasn't one.
Yep, you're right. There was no police report.
So like that, and it makes sense for me because that whole search, nothing really lines up to make sense. Like Uri and Proctor got to Dighton to get Karen's car at 3 p.m. Okay?
Yes, right away.
At like 5:30 is around the time that I have on my records that Tully shows up to 34 Fairview. One of the first things O'Hara asks him is, "Do you have a picture of the taillight?" And he says, "No, it's being transported to Canton PD now." But they've already seen the car for 2.5 hours.
Oh yeah, yep.
They didn't take a single photo of this completely down to
Nope. Thank God for Nicholas Barrows, saying what he saw on the stand. That helped out tremendously. It debunked kind of what Tully and Uri and Proctor were talking about. Sorry,
they couldn't point it out either. they couldn't take pictures of it or anything like that because it had to be damaged at the police department. They didn't want to bring attention to it.
And just the solo cups being in the Sally port next to the vehicle was crazy to me. In the bag sitting on the floor.
Right.
That's nuts, man. Nuts. Now, they use paper bags for evidence containers, right, to put stuff in, but they're sealed and they're clean. They're not compromised with any other DNA from a stop and shop bag from whoever grabbed the bag and baggaged your stuff or whatever. It's such a shady investigation. Like, they didn't want to find anything, so they made their way around things to get around it and find the stuff afterwards and try to piece it together that way. It's like Lally definitely had something to do with this.
Yeah, I think we have to start to turn the heat up on Tully too a little bit, because you kind of got your answer with the Bertrand thing, because he was one of the lead investigators on that, and you see what happened with that. And then, so I've been going back and trying to look at what he did in this case. This case, he was the person that showed the search team where to search and what to look for. He was never even at the crime scene before then, and they found exactly where he told them to search. They found exactly what he told them to look for. They searched for 30 minutes. He said, "I think we're going to find everything that we're going to find," and that's when they called it off.
Yep, that was crazy. That was crazy, man. I can't get over some of the stuff they said on the stand versus their timelines. It just didn't make sense. Like, first of all, trying to get away with the ring camera footage at the Reed's house. It was off by an hour on the clock on the camera footage pad, whatever it was, and we caught them in that one, and then they finally admitted it or something like that. And like, why would you bring the murder weapon, so to speak, back to Canton? You have so many other places to bring it. They potentially went right to Canton with that thing.
And the guy up in the attic, right? The guy that lives with his mom.
Oh yeah, Plug.
Right. That he says that's completely normal, Mike. Nowhere in any policing manual that I've ever read.
Yeah.
He's never read them, by the way, the policing manuals.
Right.
The law of stuff you have to read. The evidence, chain of custody. He's never read anything like that. He knows what a Bloody Mary is. That's it. None of it says bring the vehicle back to the crime scene of a hit and run. Never have I ever seen that.
Mm-hmm.
They take measurements of where everything is, and they keep everything where it is, separate. You would never take the vehicle to a crime scene, or even in the same freaking town. I don't even think you drive. If you were to take and drive around a crime scene or around the town, for example, say that we wanted to go to Milton, if they would exactly go around Canton to get to Milton on purpose, and it would be okay to avoid driving through the town at all. Do you understand what I'm saying? They could take the long way to get to where they have to go to avoid the town that the accident happened in, and they would be all right with that. No, they bring it right back to the police department, and then you get a bunch of people working on the back of the vehicle. What are you working on? What are you doing back there?
Yeah,
are you
you're right.
Taking pictures? Are you actively? Is it what? First person with the camera? What were you doing there?
Right.
What?
You're right. It should have been sealed off right there. No one goes near it.
But what were they doing?
Oh,
they don't. That was never asked. What were they doing behind the car?
Yeah. And then they tried to invert it to screw you with you. It was crazy. Yeah, there's so much bullshit in this thing, man.
But they still don't tell me. They can invert it upside down. It doesn't tell me what were they doing behind the freaking car. Like, what were they doing? They don't even answer that question.
You and I kind of know what they were doing, right? You have Helena walk in on them and flip right around, try to walk out, like pretend she didn't see anything when they were all back there. She knows what she saw.
Mike,
why didn't they call her?
Mike,
yeah.
I love police officers, by the way. Love them. I think that they do a job that very few people can and want to do. But I'll tell you that Canton, you guys over there suck.
I gotta live here, Tom. Be careful.
I would be freaking outraged if that was the town I lived in, because you guys are getting screwed. Every dollar you pay them is just absolute it's going right up their nose. All of it.
Wow. Really?
You did, Mike. You can't blow money any faster than that.
That's true. That's true.
Where's the evidence locker, right? Are you telling me that they're right on top of that? They write up, here's our inventory, here's our evidence list. It's checked once a month. Look at everything's right there.
That's right.
Where's that?
Investigators, you know, they're investigating their own self. They self-police. That's not right. You need a third party. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm thinking. It just popped in my head just now. I think I need to put a video together of all the stuff that Bev covers. Like she covers and she helps the Commonwealth out during the trial, because
Absolutely.
the one thing that really stands out to me is when they were talking to Proctor about the Sallyport video.
Yeah.
Yeah, Olivia. Alan Jackson has Proctor on the ropes when he's saying that the video wasn't inverted, but the time frame was, and he had the color was different.
Yep.
And Alan Jackson's got him on the ropes. And what does Bev do? She says, "Okay, we're going to take a break."
That's right.
Just bails him right out.
Yep. Yep.
Every time, if you there's code, the coughing, there's code. That's code. Every time you want an objection, you look at Lally.
Yep.
Objection.
Bingo, Tom. Bingo.
Every time.
Yep. If you look at that, Joe, you watch when the witnesses are getting crushed. They'll look right over to Lally to their right on the stand, and the next thing you know, he's objecting the next 5 questions. Yeah.
Why is Bev letting Fanning, who's in charge of murder stuff, why is he in charge of jury stuff all of a sudden? Right? Why?
We know.
I call bullshit on that one too.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Definitely.
And she allows that. It's her courtroom, right?
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
This is all her. Yeah.
Right. And she's supposed to be doing civil trials up to this point before the Chestnut trial, the cop in Weymouth, and then the Karen retrial. She inserted herself right into this. She's like the head judge over there. Like she's like the one that can pull all the strings of who's going where in the courtrooms and stuff.
Listen, you know what pissed me off the most about the whole thing? They made us freaking go stand 200 feet away.
I know.
We started, Mike. I have video. We started on the stairs, the very top of the stairs. Mm-hmm. Then they moved us down. Mm-hmm. Then they moved us to the bottom. Mm-hmm. Then they roped it off.
Yep.
And now they put us 200 feet away.
I know.
They keep moving us away.
That was crazy. I forgot about that, Tom. That was a big deal.
And now I got a trooper saying he can't wait till the next time. Really? You're already planning to have a buffer zone next time? What?
I know.
Really?
Yep.
What, we all going to get arrested for disturbing the peace?
I know, it's crazy, man.
You can't disturb the peace if you're in a friggin' peaceful protest.
Well, look at the waiters and stuff from the hotels, how they were picketing in front of the Park Plaza in a small circle, right in the front door. Right in front of the front door. And they were banging on plastic drums and making all kinds of chatter. Nothing happened to them. What's going on? What is it? Two sets of rules, Tom.
And another thing, we went out of our way not to film the behind the courthouse in any way.
Right.
Everyone would turn their cameras, and this cop saying, "Oh, the whole jury thing." Get out of here, guy. Just go away. You're making yourself look bad. Go back in your little Speedo shorts and get out of here. And he watches me too. He watches here too.
He does?
You're freaking right. He does.
Cool, man. Olivia Fanning is also convicted. I remember witness. Oh.
Exactly. How does he get to where he is? Who puts him there? Who puts him in charge of them witnesses? Who puts him in charge of the jury? Who says you're doing this? Who gives him that direction?
Boston Mike.
Yeah.
I think you need to give us like a 20-second something about Olivia vocals for us. Because Olivia's in the chat.
John Mayer?
John Mayer.
Man, he's my guy. I haven't seen John Mayer in like a year.
I've seen him twice in concert. I love him.
Yeah, he's awesome. I've seen him with Dead and Company. Yeah, definitely. I've seen them with that. But yeah, there's something about Olivia, man.
Remember that clip I made?
Oh yeah. With me thinking with the heart.
Thinking about Olivia. Yeah.
That was good. I didn't forget that. That was a good one. You got me on that one. I didn't think too many people knew what I was talking about when I said something.
I had no idea what you were talking about, but when I listened to the song, I was like, "Oh, this is perfect."
Isn't it?
We'll get copyrighted for that though.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
That's why you got to record it, you singing it, so then we're good.
I can't sing. No, that's not me. But maybe we can do a cover. But I have nephews that are in a band. So I can get them to do anything if I want them to say something for an opening. If you guys don't want to do something, in fact, we could live stream from my brother's house and have one of my nephews like just hit the drums like for like 2-minute opening and just play whatever whatever he wants to do. Yeah, we do that. But I can't sing, Joe. You know that, man. But the song Olivia is just a really good tune. If you haven't heard it yet by John Mayer. Well, actually, all of the songs are great. Just if you want to ever put on some easy music in the morning, just listen to John Mayer, man. Yeah. Anyways,
See? Bev was working with Lally. There's no way you can't tell me this. You can't tell me otherwise.
No, you're right. I agree with you 100% on that one. Yeah. People are like, no, how can a judge in a prosecutor be in cahoots about what the questions are going to be allowed? I mean, even the pre-trial evidence hearings were fucking crazy. Like what was in, like they let the Colin Albert Texan from the Boston Magazine in. Remember that whole thing? It was doctored text of a pictured phone. That was crazy, right? Song 1, she tried to arrest me for sitting in my car eating lunch. Accused me of looking for the jury. Wow.
Telling you.
Wow, really? Yeah, because the parking lot's back there, right?
Yes.
The park back there.
You can park back. There's plenty of parking on the sides, but
right.
It's just again, we do our best, and that's all we can do, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're limited to what they can give you now. I mean, they're giving you 200-foot buffer zone. You can't go into the parking lot at certain times. I don't think you were ever told that. I'm not sure if anybody discussed that with you guys or whatever. I'm not sure, but.
And you know what else is kind of telling when he said that? And I didn't think of it until now. They're not moving the trial, Mike.
You don't think so?
Not with what he said to me.
I thought he said what's going to be in a different location.
He made a comment about that, but if they're already talking about next time and you're not going to be allowed here, we're going to be a lot harder. They're already planning for that, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know about moving the trial. Do you think Bev's going to want to drive to a different courthouse every day?
No.
Like out west?
No.
Damn, she'll be down in the Cape, man.
The thing is, Tommy, you're right. They want to control this, so they don't want anybody else listening to anything else. You're right. So yeah, she definitely.
Why would all the court officers get hauled into Big Joe's house, Mike?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Court officers that just go and seat people. They're just ushers, right?
Yep.
Why are they getting talked to?
Well, I think we know, but I don't want to speculate. One can imagine if
Fanning, maybe.
Of course.
Again, something else that just goes south on this whole entire case. This doesn't happen. This didn't happen with OJ, right? Didn't happen with Casey Anthony. Didn't happen with
Peterson.
Who else? Scott Peterson.
Yeah.
There were little things, but not like this. This is everything.
Right. It's just so much stuff to debunk on from their side, and that to actually have them do the same trial, the same district. First of all, how are you going to find a jurors, 12 people or 16 people that have not heard about this?
Good luck with that.
But it's something with 100 people or so in the first batch, 150 people.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yep. Bev was fanning the flames. Yes, you were right, man. He totally was. I can't believe he stuck in there for the jury security, and then was able to take their notebooks and look at what they were reading. Right? I mean, writing. Right? Am I correct in saying that? I think he saw the notebooks because they didn't take him home with them tonight.
Exactly.
They had to leave him on the bus or leave him with him, and he would give them back to him. So this guy's looking at what they're saying. All right. He's probably looking at who's going to be the ones going to be not guilty and guilty. And then
looking at their notes, exactly what he does.
And they get 3 people that were pro Karen Reed.
Yep.
By chance.
Bye.
Gone.
That's why I said this case reminds me of the Murdaugh thing, because something happened similar to this with the clerk of court, where they said she was tampering with the jury, and they actually brought the jury back probably close to a year to the date of it and questioned all the jury about it. They had no problem doing that.
Right.
But we can't bring the jury back to ask them what their verdict was.
I know.
So it's doable. In other states, you see it done, but
this is crazy. This is just crazy, man.
Has there been a motion to appeal? Has that been out yet by the defense?
Yeah.
Weinberg.
Yeah, I knew they said they were going to appeal, but do they actually
I think they submitted the motion or just get heard, and she shut it right down.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
listened to what? Good.
I'm saying to appeal that.
Oh, I don't know. I know they're going to the Supreme Court. Just so you know, they were definitely going up the ladder one more time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely an appealable decision on Auntie Bev.
Yep. All right, listen, guys, before I bail.
All right.
Listen, I want to just say to everyone, all three almost 400 people. We got a good crowd here. Please hit the subscribe button up top. Please, please, please. I think like 40% of you guys are signed up. 60% are not for whatever reason. I don't know. That's what YouTube's saying.
They don't like it. They don't like us, Tom.
Boy, maybe they just don't like, But listen, I'm gonna bail, so maybe the numbers will go up.
Oh, we'll have to watch this. So at the 1 hour and 20 minute mark, we'll see if the legs go up since Tom goes. Yeah, we'll start tracking that.
I'll catch up with everybody on Sundays because we'll have a show Sunday.
Yeah. I'll talk to you, Tom.
All right. I will hope everyone has a great weekend. If you want to keep the channel going, please like, subscribe. Venmo's at the bottom. Anything you can give, much appreciated. And
yeah, Joe and I are gonna hang out for a couple minutes.
Yeah. Take your time. Enjoy
all
yourself.
Right.
You got Shelby in the background backing you up, so you guys are all right. If you need something, just scream out her name.
Thanks, Shelby.
I'm here. I'm here. Right. I'm attentive. Happy birthday, Flip.
Thank you.
Shelby, you sound better than yesterday, I'll say.
I feel better than yesterday.
Good. That was crazy. Tom and you were both kind of just sick, whatever you want to call it.
Dead to the world. I was so off my game yesterday.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, you have a bad game. You have a bad game every now and then, right? Just got to move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
You guys
Colleen just posted a picture and tagged us both, Boss and Mike, or a video.
Oh no. I don't know. Can you send it to Shelby? See if you can play it for us.
I'm adding to Uncle Ed collection at work because I love him so much.
Oh goodness. She's a big. There's a lot of people that follow her now. Thanks to you, Joe. I mean, you tagging her some stuff and doing some stuff with her. I mean, she is a funny person. She is a very funny person. But if you get to talk to her, we kind of want to do a video take of the property and stuff, and then put it up on the screen sometime. So we have to go over there and visit. Tom said he would. But anyways, hey, that game last night. If they scored that touchdown, they would have covered. They wouldn't have.
Yeah, they're going for 2, I think.
Yeah. That was a crazy game. How that game of inches is correct. It is 100%. It is a game of inches, man. That was a great play. Did you make?
I was kind of like half watching. I got sucked into making that.
Oh, cool.
That picture for the LV cops.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. The cop daddies.
I gotta learn how to say no, dude. That's my problem.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. You try to please everybody. You gotta burn yourself out.
Well, it was a Philly guy, so I had to hook him up.
Yeah. You get Philly tonight against Green Bay.
I'm gonna try and send this. We got to see this video. Can she come in and put it out? We don't have control of what goes on screen, right?
I don't know how to do it. So Shelby can.
What do you need?
I'm sending you it on. I guess. What do you want? The Facebook?
X or Facebook?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. It's on your Facebook. I got to figure out. We got to figure out. She got her hair done. It looks like.
Who, Colleen?
Yeah, for her big appearance on Seeking Justice with Mark Betterow. Could you imagine if she? If she got him in and she brought Betterow on to represent her. We have him representing Aiden and Colleen. That would be.
Oh yeah, amazing. Imagine if I was in town for Aiden, he could just do some side hustle. But I think obviously Aiden's going to take up his time. That's his main focus. But yeah, I would love to help her out any way we could because it's some shady shit going on in this town. Not just with the police department, the whole public corruption's bullshit.
I have this amazing photo printer here to print out photos of the residents for records. So I printed out some amazing photos. So I got the boys and me on the lake in the boat. Look at this face, right? And then, look at these two. And then this. And then we got Uncle Ed. I'm going to add it to my collection of Ed issuing fines. Right away, Bullies and Boyd. Because Ed Walsh, Uncle Ed, I love you, babe. Oh, then we get the sexual predator. Okay.
Predator.
He's up next. All right, so I have this like amazing.
Oh my god, she's got no quit, man. She, you know what it is? She's in the right, and she knows it. There's no, there's no doubt about it. She's right 100%, and the town is just effing with them big time. Again,
I go back and watch some of her old videos. She goes, Uncle Ed, I'm concerned about you dying in my shop. That's why I don't want you to come down here because you're so old.
He doesn't. He does not look. He doesn't look healthy either. He does not look good, Uncle Ed. I'm just saying, from my opinion. But yeah, she's probably right. And that's just creepy how they would show up there and like just harass her and videotape it and stuff. And like, well, this is a private business. What are you doing? It's not a public space. She was right. And that guy was my electrician too. His family.
Yeah, you were saying that last night.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. It's like I kind of know half of these characters because I did business with them. And they know my in-laws. His parents were good friends with my in-laws, so I kind of know who they are. It's crazy.
So what? So you're on vacation next week?
2 weeks. I'm gone. Yeah.
You're going on a better vacation. 2 weeks.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you, man. Just how I roll.
So it's gonna be me and Tommy.
No, I'm gonna chime in when I can from down there. I'm gonna go mobile. I got my laptop and I got my headset and everything like that. So I'll be, depending on what time you guys go on, yeah, I'll definitely jump on. No doubt. Anytime in the morning, or anytime.
I can't really do mornings. That's
right. Yeah. So whatever you guys do after, I can do it whenever. It's just a matter of me making time when I'm down there to do it, and I'll have time. I mean, there's only so much you can do on an island, right? Yeah,
well, we need you in here for the Bettero and Colleen one. That's going to be fun.
Absolutely. I wouldn't miss that one for the world. That'd be great. I've been waiting to try to do a show with Bettero, and I've been waiting to do a show with Colleen. I mean, I think those two on the same stream will be hilarious. Hilarious. I mean, I think we have nonstop comedy going and action going about everything. And if we just focus on Canton, it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
What they're doing and how they do the tour and stuff. I don't know what Bettero's background for as a lawyer is. I don't know if it's just like criminal or is it civil. I have no idea, but we'll find out.
Yeah. We were supposed to have. I'm going to tell her that we'll reschedule with her. We keep on rescheduling with people, but the Karen Reed updates. She was messaging me last night. She never has been on any live show or anything, and she's got she's pretty big on Twitter. I don't know how she even got involved in it, and
I don't know either.
It'd be pretty cool to hear her story. I thought too.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of people on Twitter that I think would be interesting people to get on, bounce in and out, and see what. Because I like hearing stories about how people get involved in it, and like. The case is just it's such like everybody. I feel like everybody just wants to be involved. Like everybody wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to be involved in it. But like, there's so many different accounts online that like deserve shine that don't get,
recognized.
Can get overlooked. So maybe we start incorporating,
I would love
people on.
First time people that go on live stream or something like that. I think it's kind of cool. When you get on a stream and you're talking about the case, it feels good to talk about the same subject with like-minded people. That's why I like the standouts. When you go, you kind of rub shoulders and talk about the case and what's going on, and you're doing your peaceful protest. But even on Twitter, you can tell like who's pro Karen Reed and who's not. And there's not too many. I'm not pro Karen Reed people on Twitter, believe it or not. Not that I can find, anyways. Maybe I blocked them a long time ago. I have no idea. But that's a great idea. If we just pick a couple of people a week, or one a week, and we have a show where it's the Twitter show, so to speak, and just talk about what they feel and why they write what they write, how you got involved, and how long you've been doing it. Kind of those questions would be kind of cool to answer. Yeah. I mean, look at the poster behind us. I mean, look at all these people we could talk to.
Yeah. Do you think the piece that's coming out tonight, you think it's going to be a hit piece?
Your piece or the 2020?
The 2020.
It's a 2-minute clip of just trying to draw people in from both sides. I think
it's only 2 minutes. I thought it was a deeper dive into the whole. I thought it was
no. It's 2 hours on the show tonight, but the trailer that they put out was only 2 minutes about. Right. And they have just Karen getting dressed and talking, and then they have the blue people on the couch talking, and they're trying to. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get. They don't want want to be biased. They want to like make sure that, unbiased, I should say, but they want to make sure that that both sides of the O'Keefe and the Reed family are involved in the shooting of this production. I would think, and that's you saw that in the clip. If you watch the 2-minute clip about the show tonight, they have interviews with the O'Keefe family, and they have interviews with the Karen, and the guys talking and stuff, and it's just it'll be interesting because that same crew was here when they got assaulted or yelled at by the people from C.F. McCarthy's. So
Right.
I just want to see how they take that. If they even
They're
put
going to
in
spin
the
it.
show. I would think so, but I don't know. They're trying to. They always try to stay in the middle, I would think, but because the trial's not over yet, although there's no comments. But what I like about this whole thing too, Joe, is that Karen's been behind stage, not really talking about what's been happening to her, and all of a sudden, right, she posted and she changed her profile picture, right?
Right. And you see what happens.
You saw Farwell go down right after that. Like she almost like giving us a heads up, like this is. And like one time she was walking out of the courtroom, and she says, "Are we going to be able to watch this?"
Said it might not be live, but justice will be done or something.
Right. And what does that mean? Federal court does not allow cameras. So it was a huge like tip of the cap, and I think I'm thinking she already knows what the outcome is going to be. She must, Josh's company must have been, hey, listen, you're never going to see a day in jail, but at the same time, you're helping out the state of Massachusetts by cleaning it up. If we just stay the course we're on right now and just keep doing what you're doing, let people talk about it on the phones, you know what I'm saying, and trip wires, and we just collect more evidence against people, and it's deeper for them. I mean, Farwell.
Good. No, you go.
I just thought the Farwell arrest was just a big domino to stop the whole falling down, because you connect his phone with the troopers that were involved in Karen Reed in the Birchwell case. Then you start connected with the local PDs, and you just work your way down and work your way to the friends and just work your way out. And it takes a long time, because they don't do anything half-assed, Joe. Like you don't. They're always, I'm doing it right once, and we're going to do it the right way. And then I think they think the same. They don't give up the time. They make sure they have a case that is they're able to win every single time. I mean, the conviction rate's through the roof. But a lot of people plea out because they see the evidence. Their lawyers say to them, "They got you." And you take the plea, you got to go to court and get the maximum. So, and they start reading all the information they have on their beats. The best decision they made was to start talking.
Right. Yeah, I've had just this weird gut feeling that something big's coming. It just feels like it's like right on the. It's right around the corner. Even the day that Farwell got arrested, like, I just had a feeling. I don't know. I don't know if I talked to you about it. I was like, it just feels like something's coming, because Karen gives us that. She gives us a little nugget, like you were saying with the post, and then you see more like Turtle Boy starts saying some more stuff. I'm not speculating where he's getting the sources from, but like, I don't think they're not. They're going at him now.
Yeah.
There's blood in the water. There's let's get this.
Circling around him right now. And I think with the Aiden's case too, is like he had got someone's one of the people that are in this document that he's being charged with. They got some phone information that Aiden says it's going to be some bombshells about how they conspired to frame him, and that the state police were talking to the fake victim and Mello, the special prosecutor, and they got it all. They have all the text messages and everything. Even the calls that were made, not actually what was said into them, but why were they calling Ken Mello? Why were they calling the state police, to this victim, allegedly? Just doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense to me. And the state screwed up by handing over that information to Aiden and counsel. So I just think that, and he said it's going to be a bombshell, right? And then all of a sudden they have a different judge that has never heard the case before. We can go on about this, but they have a different judge, and the guy went to school with each other. They know each other, but the judge was like, "Oh, I'll be fair." Well, no, you won't, dude. We're not even take the chance. So they pushed it out again, right? But all that does is make more phones trip. Conversations happen. But it must be up on like 40 or 50 people. I can't imagine how many people are up on, and they have to take all that data down, process it, put it into a affidavit or whatever, and just, okay, we're going to charge the other person now. We got this other person now. We got people inside Stoughton Police that tripped the wire, and just because of that dispatcher giving Farwell the heads up. That's dangerous. That was dangerous move on that person's part. That's scary that you give, a phone call that someone suspects that Birchmore and Farwell having an affair, and you go and tell Farwell and not your supervisor above him. That was a dangerous call, my friend. That was a big time call. And that actually I think that set off Farwell to go and do what he did. And, it comes down to a phone call like that, right? It's a simple thing like that. So that bothers me a little bit. It's crazy.
Is there a way to see the chat?
Yeah, so up the top, you have on your right-hand side, you have private chat and you have comments. You see that? Just
On
chip
the
on.
right?
Yep.
Olivia's messaging me saying that to check the chat. I guess she sent something. I don't know how to.
Oh, all right. So you have over on your right-hand side, it says just take 2 boxes. It says.
No, not that one. But I didn't mean to ignore that one. There's another one. Olivia Nile.
If only one person could get arrested of the McAlberts, investigators,
McCabe.
who would you want it to be? Yeah.
Or that's a good question.
Auntie Bev. She let this thing go to trial.
Pull the question back up again. She said McAlbert. Who else?
And investigators. DA's office. Morrissey, obviously, right? Morrissey.
I mean, yeah, but if we had to pick one, what about Tully? I would love to see Tully go down.
Yeah, I saw the video of Karen getting arraigned.
It's got to be. I'm sticking with Jen McCabe.
Yeah, she's evil. I saw the video of Karen being arraigned in Stoughton, and this Tully sitting right in the front row. They all had masks on because of COVID, but sitting right in the front row, knowing what he did, and he was okay with it, like it was no big deal. I'm going to put this person away. And that bothers me a lot, because you talk about trying to frame somebody and have you sit right in the front of the court and look at her and know what you did to that woman. Tell you, I mean, really, bro, really?
That's why I love that picture of Karen when she's staring down Jen. That picture that they got.
Oh yeah.
I try to use it. I try to use that as much as I can.
Oh yeah. I love Karen's mugshot where she's got her chin up, right? She knows she's right, and she's in defiance of saying, "No, it's not gonna be me, guys. It's gonna be you. I got you. I'll do it." She's like, "I'm gonna do whatever I can in my power with everything I got, and make this turn around the way it should be." And then she got all of us, all the people that support her, to go to court hearings. They never expected that to happen. They never expected it to happen, and not one Boston police officer shows up to support John or the O'Keefes. That's more bothersome. And then you have Carl Dougal assaulting Karen in the courthouse.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get charges pressed against him, though. But if you and I did that, walked up to a court officer or walked up to Karen and showed them over, you're damn right we're going to get thrown to the ground with get bracelets put on us.
They locked you up for skateboarding.
That's right, dude. With my dog.
Yeah. Little Flipperhead.
Yeah, little Flip. Yep. Crazy.
You know what I was just thinking? Olivia, if you're still in here, I think you're obligated to come on with me and you. If we posted a picture of me and you with no faces on the chat together, the trolls would eat it up. Could you imagine Twitter if they saw me and her, the two most hated, not saying the most hated, but they come at us hard.
No, because no one's seen Olivia's face, since I've been and you got to listen to
But her
John
face
Mayer.
is on there, but.
Yeah. Hey, Olivia, do you listen to John Mayer? Tell me you do, because, I'm with you. Yeah, Olivia's like, because the BPD doesn't support the prosecution. That's right.
How can you see this? Oh, there's a chat button on the bottom. Mine might be different than yours.
All right, so the chat button, this is private chat, and this is comments. You want comments.
Oh, here we go.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, I just there's so many people like to see it go down first, but I like to take the top of the pyramid out first and then work your way down. But if it can be anybody that they want to see get locked up because of their actions and what they did do, yeah, you're probably right. It would be either Brian Albert, Higgins, or Jen McCabe. But
yeah,
I
Olivia
says
Jen McCabe. That's
we're
on the same page with that one.
Yeah, I think you're right. Uh, I like.
Damn, I had a nice hip. I was had the hip piece coming.
What happened?
I mean, we could have went with it. I was thrown off this morning. I woke up late, and I didn't know we were live.
That's all right, man. You didn't do anything. You just sit there waking up. It wasn't a big deal.
No. I wanted to go through this with. I had a whole.
Do you want to go through it now?
No, I mean, we need I think we need Tommy here to be able to pull up videos and.
Oh, okay.
It's a production.
If you send it to Shelby, she can get it up there for us.
Yeah, but it's a. We have to do it before. We have to get it all set up beforehand.
Yeah. So I guess Sean McDonough's got a show tonight. He's going to be interviewing a Boston police officer about the corruption inside of Boston PD and maybe talk about a certain coworker, I think. So that's coming on tonight too, as well. And then you have the Karen Reed 2020, and you get a football game on tonight too. It's a lot going on tonight.
Yeah, the boys are playing tonight.
Yep. You know, I don't know who else is coming on tonight, but I think LTL might have a show going on tonight too. I'm not 100% sure. I think he might. But we got a lot of feedback from the poster board. That was good. It was a good tweet yesterday. That was kind of cool. So I liked that a lot. And I
caught more flack about that than
I can imagine. I knew that was coming, dude. But hey, we love you all, man. We love you all. We're sorry if we missed you, but we're gonna make a new one with the Twitter handles on there. So if you're on Twitter, you shout out to us. We'll get you up on there, and maybe some of us will get on to a live stream with you. That'd be kind of cool. Man.
Yeah, she owes me one. I've been fighting the trolls for her. She knows that.
Olivia's saying I can tell you much. I can't tell you much, but I can tell you that Sean's guest will be groundbreaking. So that's huge.
Another 3-hour bonfire chat.
I don't know, man. I don't know how long it will be. Is it members only too? I'm not quite sure if it's members only. I'm not quite sure. So have to figure that one out. If you didn't watch Aiden's interview on the case, it was on Rumble Tuesday night. Give it a watch if you're not on Rumble. Check that out. I mean, it was really good show about the Birchmore case and how
there's so much like that just has been coming out. It's just so hard to stay on top of watching everything.
I know.
I tried, but it's like
no, you get your life to live too. It's like, but there is so much going on, and Twitter is just blowing up with this case.
That's good that we got to stay on. Like, we try to, that's why I try to put stuff out every day because I don't want them having no days off because they're seeing it.
Oh, of course. I mean, those boards that you do with the testimony versus the stand, what they say on the stand is hilarious because you can't believe they actually wrote down one thing in the police report and now saying a completely different thing on the stand. It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like that's perjury, like you would believe. In a murder case, you're committing perjury. In a murder case, what are you doing? Man? So yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think whose car do you think was outside there, the Ford Edge that night? Flip.
I don't know.
Ford Edge.
Who? Kevin Albert.
Could be. I think that too. I know. I don't. This whole white Jeep thing, like we've been talking about, there's more to this than we think. I think it's a bigger role.
Well, now, one of the trolls on the other days told me that the McCabe's didn't own a white Jeep then.
Oh yes, they did.
I don't know.
They did. Yep. That's been confirmed.
That they had one at that time.
Yeah. Yep.
They were like confused on whose car they even drove that night. If you go back and listen to it,
she doesn't remember what kind of vehicle she had. It was a GMC or a Chevy. That's right. And she drove one of those extended Yukons, or was it a Suburban? She wasn't even sure. I don't know. And then Julie Nagel with the black blob. What's that? What are you talking about? And then Allie McCabe saying that John wasn't even in the. I forget how she worded it. She's like. Colin wasn't there when John was in the house, I think she said.
Yeah.
Something stupid like that. And that just I was like, whoa. So she's putting him in the house and then she starts crying. Starts crying on the stand, like, it's a young girl, man. And guess what? Your mother put you in that position, man. Unfortunately. It's just a sad thing to see happen. But your testimony versus where they track you to on your Life 360 doesn't add up. So, and you know, I don't really know a lot about Life 360, but I'm telling you, it's being used in courts more and more as evidence, you know, to either defend yourself or prosecute you, right? All depending on which way they want to go. So that's interesting to me that Life 360 is coming into play. And Joe, can you wave your phone around and use it as a pedometer?
Doesn't work. We tried it last weekend.
Right.
Does not work.
So would you want to bring in like an Apple expert or an Apple Watch or Apple phone expert and just to talk about why it wouldn't work, why it doesn't with the steps? I mean, that would have been an angle I would have taken too, you know, just to debunk that whole Nick Dorito testimony, because that guy, what a smug faces, and you know, he wanted to control the conversation all the time. He didn't, no matter what you said, he's going to be right no matter what happened. And then the whole Birchbow thing, when Farrell got arrested and they announced that, well, we found 32,000 messages, that just put more gas on the fire, so to speak, because what else did you find, Nick, in the phones? What else are you not talking about, Nick? You know, right. What's going on, bro? You just got caught with your hand in the cookie jar with the 32,000 text messages, right? And think about the TUI report that they were handed with 3,074 pages of exculpatory evidence that they probably used 6 pages of, you know, of what they wanted to get done, and the six witnesses that they called, right? Because I think they were getting forced to shorten up their trial or calling witnesses, because I don't think Bev wanted to go any farther. She wanted to go on vacation. It's weird.
I'm sending Shelby something. I want you to look at this.
You gonna put it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to Shelby.
All right.
So this is another. I got yelled at again for this one because you know, Olivia has everything on everything that I come up with. If you go back and check her Twitter, she already has it. So I posted this, and I got yelled at saying Olivia had it for. I'm like, all right.
When are we gonna get her to come on, man?
Well, now that she's saying Jen McCabe is her number one, then I think me and her need to do a hit piece.
Yeah.
Imagine if we went back and forth our best until one of us ran out of a Jen McCabe lie.
Oh, I think we'd be here for a couple of hours though, which I'm okay with.
A couple of days. It'd be like a 6-hour stream.
Exactly, because there'd be so much to talk about. It just blows my mind that the jury didn't pick up on some of the stuff. And how do they convict her on manslaughter if they don't convict her on murder?
All right, so here's the thing, right? So the last phone movements of John O'Keefe's phone, 12:31 and 56 seconds to 12:32. The waving the phone around.
Okay.
Let's just go with the story that was the time that she hit him, right? And she drove home in 4 minutes. Let's just pretend like that's going to be the story, right?
When he was just stumbling around in the yard, so to speak, like kind of half in and half out, and just walking around like, where am I? And then finally falls down.
Yeah, I want, but I want this to get pulled up, and did you get it, Shelby? What are the odds of this to be? You got to just think about like everything in this case and then look the other way and all that.
Yeah,
this would be the craziest coincidence I've ever seen in my entire life. That's kind of blurry. Can you see that?
Not really. No. Maybe she can make it bigger. I'm not sure if she can or not, but we'll see. There we go. All right. Well, you want to start off with?
Start back a little bit. Can you go back out a little bit or no?
Down the bottom, or you want to go?
I mean, not just less zoom, but. Go back bigger.
You want to go bigger? There we go.
So this is from Google Maps. That's the distance. So that's where they have the car at, right? This is where Jen says they move. Remember, she says the car moves up.
Yeah. Yep.
Scroll down a little bit. It's 83 feet from that location to the back gate.
Yep.
And to the front door. 83 feet. Scroll down, and what's the last travel distance John O'Keefe walked?
83 feet.
I mean, you can't even make it up.
Wow.
You can't even make it up.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh, man. Wow.
I don't even think that's the time that he was in the, I think he went into 12:21, but even there, it's like even if you try to do this is the bulletproof evidence that the man in the attic likes to talk about. When he uses the times from the rapid reverse that isn't even timed. There's no time given on that report. He's just assuming.
Okay. Yeah. That's crazy. Nice pickup on that, man. Wow. That's good.
Well, yeah, Olivia had it first, so I stole it from her. That's what that's what the messages were saying.
Well, take credit, give credit where it's due, I guess. I don't know what to tell you on that one, but that's interesting. So 83 feet from the car to the back of the gate is what we saw.
And to the front door.
And to the front door.
No matter where you put it. It's 83 feet. You can even move. I moved the car around a couple of times and it's like, how do you ignore that?
You can't. How do you?
He's saying it's from waving the phone around.
Right. Well, that's Nikki G, the phone whisperer. I'm not sure how he does it. That didn't make sense to me when you shook your phone around. But I can tell you, back in the early days, like say 2014, 13, people could move their phone around. As I'm sure it was an app they would use and have it count as steps. I'm not quite sure, but I think I remember seeing that one time with a coworker too. But yeah, I didn't really count my steps, but I don't know, man. That whole Lake 360 and the pedometer stuff, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to anybody. I'm trying to think how they confused the jury. They just dragged it out with 64 witnesses or 68 witnesses, whatever they had, right? And just dragged it out so you forgot more than you knew. And you forgot about the people up front and all the firefighter stuff. And they even botched their testimony. No one ever heard I hit him. No one. Not even, right. And then until Gallagher, Katie, whatever her name is, I think, agrees with Jen saying, yeah, I did hear that. Actually, I forgot maybe. And then Jen, when she calls Blake to come back and says, I forgot to tell you something. That's just bullshit right there. You saw a traumatic incident happen. You would know right off the top of your head what someone's saying to you. You're not confused. You're not, you don't panic, Jen. You're cold as ice. You're cold as ice. You know what happened. You know what was said. You know you orchestrated the whole thing the way you wanted to go. And then you lied about not going to your brother-in-law's house. Right? And catch her on film. And she goes upstairs. These are her words. I busted into my brother-in-law's and my sister's room, and the dog would have jumped up, obviously, right? That German Shepherd didn't like people, was very antsy all the time, so there's no dog. They don't know where the dog is. Jen doesn't remember seeing the dog, but Brian's saying it's on the floor next to the closet somewhere, and she wakes them up, right? I don't buy that the dog was there. I think someone else took it with them that night.
Yeah, when you go back and watch Jen McCabe testify, you could just see her like.
Oh yeah. Yep.
You could just, she's lying.
Yeah.
She's like
the one statement where she goes, "John was my friend. I loved him, and that's it."
Yeah, because I think people are forgotten that my friend was dead on the lawn. And Alan Jackson goes, I don't think anybody's forgotten about that.
Yeah, that was my friend. No, one's ever forgotten. But first of all, when she calls the police, she says there's a guy unconscious on the grass out here on the front lawn, right?
Yeah.
One of her phone calls says not John, but there's a guy, because she wants to make sure she doesn't know that already. She's
just like the guy never went in the house.
Right.
That's another thing that I posted about was the last. I want to know what that Brian Albert text is.
Oh, I do too.
Do you remember that video I posted? Chris Albert, and like, why is Matt McCabe saying that to? Like, what?
Albert, yeah. That was a group text, right? It was Nicole, Chris, Brian Albert, and Jen and Matt.
Right.
Yep.
And then Brian Albert texts the group at 12:40. Yannetti tries to read it in court, and Bev shuts him out and says, "You can't read. You can't read it."
Gosh, that's right, dude.
And then the next text is from Matt McCabe saying, "Tell Chris to ask some questions. Tell them the guy and everyone in the house."
Right.
But what is that text that Brian Albert said that prompted him to say that? Is what I want to know.
I forgot about.
And Bev didn't let it in.
I forgot about that question, Joe. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Why is Lally objecting? See, this is my thing. It's like these people are the ones supposed to be telling the truth.
Right.
So why are you objecting? Like, some of the stuff Lally objects to, it's like,
Oh my
he
God.
asked
Oh my-
Ryan Nagel, did you see
oh.
the car reverse and hit a man? That's
Right.
their case. And he
Right.
objects to it.
Yep. It's, now that you brought that up, I see you forget more than you know sometimes. And one critical text or one critical conversation could set you off and be like, wow, another whole complete cover-up situation going on right there. What did Brian Howlett text everybody at 12:40? Right?
About Chris. I don't know how it came out, but wasn't there something about the news report being in the news crew was in his pizza shop or something?
Yeah. The next day. I know by chance having lunch there when I don't know if you'd want to, but yeah, that's how it happened. They actually showed up there to get pizza or something, and he started engaging them and telling them, oh yeah, that they never went in the house and all that stuff.
Yeah, but he wasn't there apparently. So how would he know?
I don't know. I don't
Right.
know. I don't know. That's crazy, Joe. That you brought that up. I forgot about that. So
There's so much more. I mean, there's so much stuff that you can. It just. I mean, we could talk for days. You know.
Yeah. I just find it interesting that you just brought that up again about the Brian Albert text. Yeah. And then the whole Allie McCabe story just lit me off too about. She's blatantly lying right now. She's not a good liar.
When she does the Life 360.
Yeah.
That is that's a good to go back and rewatch because her answers are. It's crazy how she says, I don't know. I thought I went home. Like, what do you mean you thought you went home?
Right. I know. Just they have her at the high school. Why was your why was your bubble at the high school at this time? You sure? I'm not sure I was there. Kind of thing. Like, well, your Life 360 says it, and you just had your mother say, prior to you coming up that. Yeah, we use it all the time to find out where my daughter is. We know, where she's in this bubble. She said,
well, my parents tracked me. That's what she said on. She was being when Valerie was questioning. She goes, "Well, my parents tracked me with Life 360." So, and then Eddie brings that up, and then she says, "Well, it's not really that accurate."
Yeah, anything that works against them, it doesn't. That's not what they said. They wrote it down wrong. You're gonna have to ask Proctor Trooper.
Right.
What he wrote down. I don't know why he wrote that down, but he did. And that's when I started smelling they're going to pin this on him. He's going to be the one that gets screwed the most because he's not family. Higgins is not family, right? They didn't want to screw anybody in their family, but if you weren't family and you were in that house, they're going to come after you.
Right.
And try to pin shit on you. And I heard that, everybody that left that house, the other guests, they had to leave their phones behind and they all got new phones the next day. That's even more telling. But yeah, there's a lot of things that set me off about this case. And then you go back and you watch the video of what they're doing, like even their facial expressions, like how they look to the jury to have them buy this story. And you can tell from people talking about the jury that were in there that they weren't buying some of the stuff that they were selling, the prosecution. That can't be. But obviously, I don't know how you find somebody not guilty on murder, and then you find them 8-3 guilty for 8-4 or whatever it was, 9-3, whatever it was for manslaughter. That doesn't make sense. The whole jury questionnaire at the end didn't make sense. It was so convoluted, like you didn't know whether to write yes or no.
Right.
Legit, you didn't know what to say. Like it was.
And then Bev gives Karen Reed attitude about it, and then she comes back and was like, "Oh yeah, I was wrong."
Right, but there was something being said that they never actually changed the ballot. They got somebody on a hot mic saying, "I never changed the slip."
I've got a video in progress. It's attacking all of the nonsense with the trolls, like the little stuff that they like to throw out there now that has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
I've been working on it for a while. I need it to be perfection before I drop it on them. But like the part where they didn't find any text messages in the phone, the FBI didn't find any text messages of a cover up, like the whole thing that they try and do.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. They didn't find any, but let's go back to trial when Nicole Albert says, "Don't text about it. We'll meet up and we're going to find out more in person tomorrow." And what happens that tomorrow? Jen McCabe's outside Lang's house for 2 hours.
That's right. And they talked inside her car, right? They went, she went inside his house. That's right.
Well, I don't know if you called it, but they questioned Jen McCabe if they stopped at 34 Fairview. to pick up Nicole Albert. She says no, but I think the data tracks it that she was outside 34 Fairview and stopped.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? When she was with Carrie
Yeah.
Roberts, I think they picked up
Yeah.
Nicole
I would have done it.
and went to Langs.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
That story makes no sense. Why is Carrie Roberts and Jen McCabe? They just met the day before. Why is she going with her to drop her kids off? What are they doing?
Right.
She had to get her hooks in her.
Exactly right. Jen McCabe, you're right, Joe. Yeah.
She is. She
is knee deep
tells
in this.
The story. She is the mouthpiece. She is the leader of this whole. That's why I go after her so hard.
Yeah,
she's the one that's controlling the narrative.
The more we talk about it, the more I remember parts of the trial or some posts that you had out, and you're right on the money when you do it because you give both sides of it, and what she said and what was written and what she does not match up what she told to the PD department, and she just keeps on going with, well, Proctor Trooper wrote it down wrong. That's not what I said. Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean
crazy?
That's not what you said. But this means there's no, why wasn't everybody brought down to the Canton PD and sit in that room when it was videotaped? Why wasn't that done? Just a lot of the stuff is like what they did do and what they didn't do. They leave gaps of escape for them to get through it. Like, well, we're going to blame Proctor Trooper, and then next thing you know, right after the trial, he's put on suspension. A day later, 2 days later, he's on suspended. Like, he get transferred to another barracks. We had a peaceful protest out there. The next thing you know, 2 days later, 3 days later, he's suspended without pay. And you're right. To your point earlier, how do you bring him back for the second trial if there is one? He's conflicted. He's done. I mean, you can't trust anything this guy's going to say. So how are you not going to bring the lead case manager?
They all might be done.
I think you're right.
He's just as complicit. And Tully, they're just as bad.
I know. They all work as a team, man. It was great.
Could not do that alone. He's the fall guy.
Yep.
But Yuri's he lied on the stand. He lied.
Oh my gosh.
There's proof of it.
Oh my gosh. That video, the Sally Port video, was the biggest joke. I couldn't believe.
No, the biggest joke is the ring footage, the deleted ring footage.
Oh my God, that too.
Definitive proof. Karen Reed never had access to that ring video. So what's the point of them trying to put it on Karen? I don't understand that. That's another question that I have about what are they trying to get at?
Because I think they got probably a good shot, maybe of the tail light, or maybe they got a shot of someone going there when they shouldn't have been there.
Well, I think when she arrives home, I don't think we have that ring footage because that gives you a definitive time. You know.
Yep. 12. Oh, well, you have the 1236 where the Wi-Fi connects to the Lexus.
1236. Yeah, that happens, right? And then, but that doesn't line up with the Chico in his notes saying 1241 thinks she arrives home.
Right.
Remember that?
Yep.
Then Garino.
Oh my God.
The one thing I don't know if anything I could believe anything he said, but remember there was people were alluding to when Karen went upstairs with her dad is when she deleted the ring footage off the computers or something.
Oh, when they came back from the hospitals and she went to the O'Keefe's house. Yeah, when she grabbed her own personal computer.
They were saying that she's just deleting ring footage.
Yeah, I mean without any proof.
The Garino in his report or in testifying said neither computer had access to the ring. The only one that had access to it was John O'Keefe.
Right. And think about the
Jen McCabe when she gets home. She says, "I pull up." Karen gets out. She's screaming, "Look at my taillight!" None of it happened.
No, you're right. At One Meadows, you're right. Yeah. And why were they back there, Joe? They went back to that house early in the morning to see if when they first made the phone call, they went from, was it Kerry Roberts to Jen's back to One Meadow to make sure John wasn't still sleeping inside the house, which she knew he wasn't. Jen knew that, absolutely knew that he wasn't there, just to kill time. To kill time, to make sure that somebody didn't wake up. So I don't even want to talk about it really, but just to make sure someone would wake up. That's premeditated. She thought about making that Google search. That's premeditation. She did not call 911. You knew he was out there. and then you knew at 5:30 in the morning, whatever time they picked you up, and you went back to One Meadows, right? You knew he was still out there, and you didn't do anything about it, right? And then
I wonder what the plan was. Like what?
My take is this: they wanted to pin on a plow driver.
You think so?
Lucky, yeah. That's kind of what I go with this. This is my theory. And then when the cracked taillight conversation came about, is when Jen called the audible.
Right. I was always wondering if it. I couldn't figure. I was wondering if maybe they were hoping that he'd get covered in snow and people wouldn't find him for the blizzard would cover it, give him a couple of days to get their story straight. That's a question I've always wondered.
Yeah, you're right. If he was out there longer, he would have been covered up completely. And then find his phone underneath him after you've been hit by a car. How does that happen?
Right.
If he had it even in his pocket, it should have stayed in his pocket. Or if he had it in his hand, it would have been flown somewhere, right? And then the cocktail glass, the glass in the bumper doesn't match up with the glass they found on the lawn. And what are we talking about here? There's so much exculpatory evidence going on, but yet we choose to believe a report that you had doctored, or then all of a sudden, I never said that, blame it on the guy that wrote it down. 4 different times, 4 different people wrote down your story wrong, Jen? Come on. Come on.
No, yeah, I think I was trying to get a full count of people that got Jen McCabe's story wrong. It's just specific statements. It has to be over 10 that she
I would doubt it. Yeah. Yeah.
See, I don't know. I don't know if maybe it's not permissible in court, but I was surprised that Alan Jackson didn't question her on some of her original statements.
He tried to.
She told Good that the car pulled up. She saw the passenger door open. That's a specific memory.
All right.
That never, now she said that never happened.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like that was something that was instilled in her brain. She saw the door open.
And this was before she had time to get her story straight.
Right.
Even from Proctor to Prince, she told Proctor that at 12:45, she sends the last text and she sees the car pull away. That's what she tells Proctor.
Yeah, and that gets debunked with the 12:36 home arrival, right? Is that what you're going with?
And then 2 days later, she tells Prince that the next time she looked out the window, the car was gone. But 2 days earlier, she saw it drive away.
Right. And then there's not a white Jeep there, and then there is a white Jeep there.
This is just one. This is one of a handful of things we could go to. Remember that video I posted the other day about the investigator and Lacey Peterson?
Right.
He said the inconsistent statements, boom, right off the bat, she's not credible.
Right.
That's how it should be.
Right. But, I think Auntie Bev was handicapping the defense by allowing certain questions to be said because Lally would just object over them.
Right.
And
then they have the audacity to question Lucky about his changing of statements.
Right. Right.
But
you're right, man. But he was so good. He knew what his conviction was. He knew. He's been thinking about this probably for when it came up for a year and a half. He knew what he saw, and there's no doubt about it because then he calls in to the police station or his boss. I mean, that he hit a basketball hoop net with his plow truck. How honest is that? Who does that? Like a plow driver who drives under a basketball net and might have caught his truck for a second and moved the basketball net, but didn't do anything to it. But he still felt the need to call his superior boss and let him know what happened.
Right.
That's an honest guy, in my book. Right. He has no skin in the game with a bat. He just kept on going and never said anything. But that's not who Lucky is. He does the right thing every time, in my opinion. And then,
my favorite piece of Lucky was when Lally's questioning him about how he can tell the difference in the taillight.
Oh my gosh.
He takes him to school.
He does. And I knew he knew everything about cars. So we would talk about cars when he worked at the store across the street from me. I'd walk over there on a Saturday or Sunday morning. He'd be doing part-time over there. And we talk about cars. He knew more than I was like, whoa, dude, you know what's going on here. When that question popped, I go, he's so gonna smash him on this. And he did. He smashed him. I was like, stupid question. They tried to debunk his story and debunk his memory and debunk his sight. How dark was it? How fast were you going? He saw a Ford Edge out front, man. He knew it was a Ford Edge. That's what you have to go with. But they tried to debunk it. And it really never came up. Like, whose Ford Edge is that? Whose Ford Edge is that? And Aiden's been talking about that Ford Edge for a year. There was a Ford Edge out there, and he
totally it. He's getting a ring here. He's getting booked.
Yeah. You didn't find anything about that Ford Edge. It was in the book station. Yeah. You're right. So It's been up front for a long time, but we still don't have an answer. At least we don't still have an answer. Maybe some other department does, you know. And I think they probably do. They probably know who it is, and they're just sitting on this information, just watching the trip the wires, man. And this person could be cooperating. Who knows? Someone in that police department could be cooperating, you know, and just letting things out slowly to the FBI or whatever, because they don't want to go down. They don't want nothing to do with this. You know, they don't want nothing. You know, I did my part. I went too far that I personally wanted to go here. I knew we've done it before. We probably got away with it, but this is different. This is different now. And when they say the feds have it all, they do. They do.
Right.
You know they do. They got all the stuff with Birchmore lined up, right? That took them, what, 3.5 years, almost 4 years. That's what they do. They don't make mistakes. Yeah. When they put the cuffs on you, they're probably never coming off again. You know, they're not going to come off. So that was good.
What do you got? You have to wrap up soon, or what do you got?
Yeah, I got it going. Yeah. In a while. Why? What do you want to talk about? Something good?
No. Karen Reed Updates was just messaging us. She got a late start. She was going to come on at 9. She said she's good to go, but I'll just tell her Sunday. I'll try and get it right.
If you want to go now, I'll go now.
I don't want to rush her.
Okay.
Maybe we'll get her on.
We'll get her on Sunday. We got to get Eve up here, guys.
Eve wants to come on?
Not right now, but we got to get Eve on.
Yeah, definitely. When?
Whenever she can.
Okay. But yeah, she knows a lot about the Birchwell case, Joe. She knows the Birchwell case in and out. She actually found a lot of things for us about Fanning, and that's what tripped the wire for me. I was like, okay, let's dig into this guy. And then we found that Kevin Clapp lawsuit going on. It just debunks his whole, credibility with, Trooper Fanning being, a stand-up guy. This guy's not a stand-up guy. He assaulted somebody in the driveway. Beat this guy, Clapp, hard in his driveway, dragged him out of the car. No warrant, no identifying themselves. This is when Tully was a sergeant, and then he gets promoted. Fanning, true crime with Eve is like, Fanning's garbage. She totally is. She helped me understand that a lot earlier on this year, that he was a piece of shit and that he had his hands in a lot of things. He actually does. He actually does. But the guy's connected. Fanning's connected to some people up in the government. And it's sad to see, but he is. I mean, how did he get behind to the jury in the Reed case? How is he involved with the Birchwell case? So you start putting those links together, Joe. Mm-hmm. You know something's smoking here, right? You know something's going on here. When they can't find 32,000 text messages, they interview Fowler in a parking lot of the school, right? For 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. Why was he sat down and get recorded? Because he's one of the homies, man. They're one of the bros. Saturdays are for like boys. Saturdays are for the boys, kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I can keep going, but
do you remember when me and you became boys?
Yeah.
That's what I do. I remember. It goes, yes. It was Saturday morning. Like, you messaged me this whole thing about Clapp and like some text, some documents that someone sent you or something.
Yeah.
And I'm reading them. And I was like, what? And you're talking in code to me, and I was like, what is going on with this right now?
Yeah, that was that's when you jumped on board hard with that one. I remember that. And that blew my mind too. That whole report from Key West and the training, the transgender guy. Yeah, that was crazy. So how do you put this guy?
Didn't you guys have him on?
Oh no, someone else did. We were trying. We could probably get him on, but he's kind of been silent a little bit because, he's the one that tripped the wire for Fanning, so to speak, for this whole case. To get, look at this guy a little bit hard. But he's not a stand-up guy. He lied about something that in Key West. He was getting sued from this guy in Key West. He was actually getting brought up a civil case against him. And then because Clapp was there and witnessed it, and the Fannings and the Clapps families were good friends.
Right.
That's how they knew each other. And in fact, John Fanning considered him like one of his favorite people. He went to his high school graduation that Mr. Clapp did. Helped him out a bunch of times in life with personal stuff, and then this happens in Key West. They beat this guy up and threw him out the foyer naked because they wanted to see his private parts. It's crazy, dude. You have the report. I gave it to you, didn't I? Yeah.
What's that?
I gave you the report, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right.
But
it's the whole thing again. Here's the connection, right? Here's the links. You got Fanning on Birchmore, Fanning, Fanning wrapped up in the Reed case, whether it's watching the witnesses, watching the jury, looking at their notebooks, and they couldn't take them into the house with them, right? He knows what they're thinking.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Crazy.
Yeah.
How he was even anywhere near that is.
Yeah. Not good. Not good. And why
to
did
everybody shouting out my birthday, I just want to say real quick, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Joe. I don't even want to know how old you are. I don't care.
No, I'm just wondering how hard the trolls are going to try and use this date to try and pin me down, who I am.
They will never break you, bro. You know that.
Oh, I think I'm unbreakable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if I did,
So what?
I don't really care.
Yeah. So what?
I just do it for the people that are close to the fact that they want me to come. That's the thing that pisses me off. I refrain sometimes from posting about these people. The girl Julie Carpenter tells me how I'm not credible and how I'm this and I'm that because I hide behind a avatar when her army is all avatars.
Yeah. And they post in ghosts, right? They send you a message and block you again.
And you can't reply to it.
Yeah. I know. It's crazy. I moved on past that a while back, man. I just don't even care. Like Joe Rogan doesn't read any of his comments. And there's a reason for that,
Yeah. I just try not to go back and listen to this. I don't like it. I feel awkward going back and listening to myself, but
why?
I don't know. I know what I said.
Yeah, you sound fine. You're not making anything up. It's what you speak is truth, man. Obviously we call you out. I call you out and be like, hey, no. You see Tom and I go back on it sometimes. Like he might say something I don't agree with. I'm like, you might want to double check that in a nice way. And he'll call me out too, which I like. That's what I like. Because if you make a mistake up here on the mic, everybody's hearing you, right? I need someone to check me. I need checks and balances, just like the Mass State Police does, the Canton PD does, and the Stoughton Police does. You need somebody looking at what we're doing and saying, hey, that's right or wrong. And if you're right on doing something on the job, you're doing some good stuff, you should be accommodated for that, right? You get accolades for that. But if you're doing something wrong, you got to stop it immediately. Right. And get it on paper and get it on film what they're doing. If not, you have a frat house running around, right? Right? It's just who runs a business? Think of the police department as a business, right? Would you ever run a business the way the police departments are running in Canton, Stoughton Police? They run amok, no accountability. They just do what they want. This tells you that the whole police station is divided. There's groups that clicks inside the police department. There's certain boys on certain teams and certain boys over here, and we don't work well with them. They don't work well with us. We get it. We're just going to do our 30 years and get out of here. It's just the same as you are. And I know I have some of my boys on my shift. They'll back me up when I need it, and so don't they, right? But that's a weird thing. Weird thing about being a police officer is if you're not friends with certain people, they won't come for you if you need backup.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's shady.
That whole Norfolk DA, his whole Mass State Police unit, they're puppets.
Yep.
They're supposed to be grown men. That's what I always like. Where are these guys? Where's Proctor's dad or his mom or Yuri's parents? Don't they see what's going on and be like, what are you guys doing? They have nobody in their life telling them yo, wake up, dude. This is crazy.
Right.
Or are they just in too deep?
I think a little bit of both. I think they hear it from their family that are paying attention to this.
Or they just believe it too.
And maybe. And then they go to work and they're encouraged to keep it under wraps.
If you're close to Tully personally, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you, or even Garino, how do you see what that animal Farwell did and see that they let him walk? How do you let that sit with you?
I couldn't personally. I couldn't. But that's just me. But if you're, let's just say this wasn't their first time, and that goes back a couple of years with this crew, right? Who's to say that just the way they roll, when they get the nod that they just want to go away, they do it because they thought or they think that they were the last rung on the ladder, so to speak, that no one's going to get above them because they're the Norfolk County Attorney's Office CPAC unit, and they decided that's where it's going to stop. So we control everything from the death certificate all the way down, right? They control that. They control it until they fucked up. in Farwell and Birchmore, and they screwed up, and someone made that phone call to the dispatch, and that person walked that note over to Farwell and not go to the captain with it. So there's a big tell about how these police departments are run right there. So even the dispatcher is deciding where information goes, where there should be a strict, code of conduct. This is how you do your job. Every time you get a call, you don't give it to the person that's being reported on. You give it to their superior. Like, that's just 101. How do you not write that into a manual for a dispatcher? I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's in there. Who to report to when you have somebody call about another police officer. You don't, like, say there's like a pushing match between a guy that was pulled over in a Farwell, so to speak, and that person calls back later and says, I got to tell you something that wasn't said to Farwell. Would you give that note to Farwell, or would you give that to a superior? That's kind of how I look at it.
How do they watch the video and see him walking out?
Right. And then her phone stops moving.
Yeah,
easy. This is easy to figure out, Joe. Easy stuff to figure out because I can do it. Right? I can do it myself. He was the last person to leave and her phone stopped moving. Okay, there's my suspect. Cut and dry.
Every case, that's the easiest. It's supposed to open and shut case. Yep.
So do you think this, Joe, before he did it, do you think the fix was already in?
That he planned it?
With the boys.
If they know, yeah.
Yeah, right? That's what I think too. That the fix was already in. He knew he was going to be on film. He knew he was going to be on film when he was leaving.
He had the hood up. He had the mask on.
Right? He's not a masker. He's not a mask guy, right? And then he goes and watches his son be born at the hospital right afterwards. That's even sicker. This guy's a true psychopath.
He knew that camera was there and he did not care. Because he knew he wasn't going to get in trouble.
That's right. Right.
And think about it. If it's not for people online that, keep pressure on these people, it's covered up.
That's right.
Why do you think one thing that makes no sense? Why does was it Proctor or Buchanan talking about Yannetti? I hate that man. I truly hate. What could he have done to you that you hate that man so much? Because he's exposing you, because he's telling the truth.
Right. Why was Karen calling the OUI attorney? Well, that's what you do when you're being charged with OUI, right?
That's the other thing. That was right after she Googled that minutes after Proctor called her.
Right.
Before there's so much with Proctor in the whole case. It's like at 2:30,
right? He
texts his sister, the Canton thing is a homicide.
Right.
They haven't even seen the car. They haven't questioned Karen. They have nothing. They have no tail light. They have nothing.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, his sister retired from the school department.
I don't know if she retired.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, she left the Canton school system.
Yeah, because
of that.
She's okay with the special education teacher. She's okay with her brother calling people retarded.
Right. And I think she was caught saying, Proctor says, I hope she unallows herself. I think she's
that's not even
agree. Yeah.
How about the lie? I meant to bring this up earlier, but I lost it. When Lally gave Proctor an open forum on redirect to completely make up a story about Yannetti.
Right.
Remember the whole story with Yannetti? He was outside the school with Lucky, and he was intimidating. He said, "Yo, is Courtney Proctor in there?" Remember that whole story?
He never went inside the school.
No, it's bullshit.
And Lucky chose where to meet. It wasn't David Yannetti. It was Lucky that chose to meet him in that parking lot. They wanted to go over his testimony.
You let that guy.
Yeah.
How can to a man you see what he texted and the stuff and then you just let him do that after he said it was poor choice of words? I mean, that buried him right there.
So complicit, dude. So bad. And they took him down for it, right? The whole family, McAlberts, it wasn't going to be any of them that are going down. That's why Jen kept saying, "Oh, Trooper Proctor must have wrote it down wrong," because that's not what I said. So you basically calling out Proctor to be a liar, what he wrote in his reports. Well, it was both of them.
And like I said, like we said, we could get going, but if there's not people like Turtle Boy that brought the attention to it, this isn't what it is. It's done.
Yep. This is the easiest case to close. The Farwell Birchmore case and this Reed case.
The Reed case, yeah, they both
Oh.
have. The Reed
Good.
case, there is no evidence.
Nothing.
It still blows my mind how it's still in the system, but it's still going through where it's going through. There's nothing.
No, there isn't. That's why I'm so enthralled with this case. Not just because I played hoops, but just because of the egregious testimonies and the egregious police reports just blew me away. With the Birchmore case as well, the 4 different police officers finding 4 different leaders around her are writing it down, and no one mentioned in the broken necklace,
Right.
pigtail, and the hand, and the clump of hair in her hand. And then you go over to the Karen Reed case, you have all the same players.
Right.
So how can that not be? So if you take down Farwell and you have a corruption prosecution going on with Farwell, so that means the state troopers that wrote up the reports knew what they had to do, right, to try to protect Farwell. Carino knew what he had to do to protect Farwell, right? Fanning was the lead investigator on that, right, to protect him. And
Right.
I didn't find any text messages. Did they find 32,000 text messages, Joe? That's just, man, come on.
One day we'll have to go through my list of questions that I have that I need answers to. It's a pretty good one.
That'd be cool. What do you say? We wrap it up. Any final thoughts?
No, thank you everybody for the shout out. Like and subscribe to the page. We got to try and grow this thing. We got some fun shows coming up planned. I think Colleen and Better Up, we're going to try and get going. We want to have Karen Reed updates come on. I want the other kid, the free Karen Reed page too. They both were like, I think it'd be fun to have them two on and talk to them about how they got involved, and their channels blew up. So they got.
Yep.
I like to hear from the little people. We hear from the big guys all the time. So
that's true, man. And we maybe do a poster board again with like all the big popular Twitter handle pictures. That'd be kind of cool. Sometime. I'm not saying you have to do it right now.
I'm not doing it ever again. I get crushed.
I do it. I know, and that just wastes your time, right? You're trying to be nice to all these people, and you understand. Yeah, I probably did forget you. I apologize. Some would go okay with that, but some would butthurt a little bit.
I must have gotten 20 messages about Bev in the post. It's just a profile. People don't understand that. I understand how it could be confusing, but
yeah, right. It's someone's profile picture on.
I messaged. I'll allow it. I said, "You're giving me a headache, dude."
Yeah. Yep. It's crazy, but I knew that was going to kind of go that way because I knew we forgot somebody. It wasn't by choice, but obviously we love you all, man. We're sorry if we upset anybody, but hit that smash, everybody. Hit that like button. Smash that like button and that subscription button. And Joe, do we make a new thumbnail for us yet? Would you put that up? We can put that up, right? With you in it.
What thumbnail?
For YouTube, when we announce a show, we have a thumbnail that's on YouTube.
I think Shelby does all that. I'm just trying to get the Twitter thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Twitter.
I don't know how to do the whole YouTube things,
So what'd you do with YouTube? What'd you do with Twitter?
I made the Seeking Justice. We just made a new Twitter for it. We're going to start trying to pump that and put the show information out, what we got coming up, and
there you go.
It's a kind of we're all over the place right now. We kind of have to get a set thing going.
That's right.
Look, if we got 5 months, we got to buckle in.
I'm ready. I'm ready to roll.
Work in progress over here, but we got Flipperhead on it, so
that's all we need. That's all I need to hear is we get Flipperhead on it. It's pretty much done deal. So we'll be back Sunday morning.
What time do you think?
Sunday morning will probably be like an 8 o'clock show or 9 o'clock show. What do you think?
8 o'clock Sunday morning?
Yeah. 9 o'clock?
Well, you're on vacation.
I know.
9 to 11, 9 to whatever.
Yeah, something like that, and then everybody heads off to watch their bullshit.
Yeah.
So everybody, what I get the feedback about is everybody likes the Sunday morning show because they have their coffee, they catch up on all the news from the week that we're talking about. We go over stuff from the past. Someone else had a great show that we talk about in an interview that we can't get, but they have. That's good stuff, man. I want to share the knowledge. I don't, just because you don't subscribe to somebody or involved with somebody's program doesn't mean they're not putting good stuff out there still. I mean, there's some good stuff being thrown
I
out there.
like breaking down. That's like my thing. Like I like breaking down, going through testimony, and just that's my thing. So I'm gonna put some stuff together where I just
absolutely, Joe. That's what I've. That's the one thing that you and I connected on, that level of like your videos versus the testimonies or the police reports are awesome. Especially what you did for Aiden. That was the Sergeant Docs get versus him, what he actually said in the live show. Completely different.
See, the problem with the videos though, it's hard to portray this like what I want. It's hard to do. It's like I try my best, but like something like this where I can read a statement, pull it up on the screen, and you can see it, and I can explain what I mean. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain it. You have to kind of infer what I'm saying in the videos, which I mean, I try my best to make it as clear as possible, but I think something like this where I can lay it all out for you, what each thing means, I think would be good. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I like about you, Joe. I think you do a good job, believe it or not, right now with what you do, but I don't know how you can improve on that. But well, I guess every statement that you read and every
I got the whole timeline for the CERT report that we can walk through, and I can show you how things like.
Yeah, but there is no police report on that, is there?
No, but there's a Flipperhead report.
I know, which is even better. Yeah, it's even better. That just blows my mind that O'Hara didn't put a police report in. What's up? That's another thing we could talk about for days. But anyways, we've been on for like 2 hours and 30 minutes, Joe. The time flies, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I jumped in mid-show.
Well, you jumped in a half an hour late. So no, I jumped in at 15. I jumped in a quarter past. You know, so all of a sudden I look at my phone and there's Tom's live on YouTube. I'm like, what's going on, man? Tom got all excited. Yeah, he woke up with a bunch of energy this morning. Tom did, and I love it. Bring it, dude. I don't care if you're on an hour before we get on. I don't care, man. Tom's very knowledgeable with this case. He's been there for all the case. He's been there every day. He was there filming. Think of that, right? A production company bought his footage. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You get a signed contract. It's done. Yep. They're just deciding how many minutes they're going to use or seconds they're going to use of his film, of his live, because he literally was inside that circle of love around Karen and Yannetti and Jax. He was right there for all the comments and the facial expressions. Tom was right there. He got it all. And actually the production company said, well, you know what, Tom, we actually can't find a video that you're not in, because he's walking with it. He's literally walking. He's walking with every shot that another third company would have, and there's Tom with his phone right there. What would you rather see? I would rather see some footage from an iPhone as opposed to a TV camera, right? Sometimes it's better. You kind of like, oh wow, that's kind of cool. Like you're right in there. It's like you're walking with the people themselves. Tom is literally walking with Karen, walking with the attorneys, walking with his mother, walking with Mrs. Reed. Right to the Nathan Reed. Walking right to the cars to leave, and all the statements they get. This Tom streaming it live, dude. Streaming it live.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. Tom put a lot of dedication in his heart into this, and
I like it. I like how Carrie's seem to get like people involved too, like bring them in. Watch the court.
Yep.
We need John Cuomo every day. They need to hire him private security every day. That was badass when he was walking her in the one day.
Yep, he's a big dude. Imagine him on ice skates.
No, yeah, he's a funny dude. That guy.
He is, dude. You know what? I love his handle, Dixie Enormous.
Yeah.
I wonder if he knows Richard Hertz at all. You know what Richard Hertz is?
Dick Hertz.
That's right.
Holden.
Yeah, from Holden, Mass. Yes, Dick Hertz from Holden, Mass. Yes, that's his Dixie Enormous's cousin, I think. I'm not sure. I'm going to figure that one out. But hey, let's sign off, and we'll see everybody Sunday morning. We'll figure out the time. I think it's gonna be 9 o'clock or 8:30.
8 or 9. Yeah, just let me know. I'll get in when I can.
All right, and
I'll send out the links as usual.
And thanks, Shelby. And don't forget the Dateline or the 2020 episodes on tonight with Karen at 9 o'clock. It's a 2-hour special.
2 hours?
2 hours. Yeah.
Oh, I wish it was shorter. I would love to. I would try to not watch it until Sunday so you can watch it.
Oh, here's a point. How much do you think if they show is actually truth?
That's what I was asking earlier. I don't know what it's going to be.
Right. How long? Actually, they take all the footage they have, and now they put it into a 2020 2-hour special. How long ago did they stop actually reporting on this and how long they don't have the firewall arrest on there, right? Obviously. So that's the stuff that they're going to miss out on because of the time lapse.
But that's the important stuff. They need to have, like, we need that to be,
Right. You're right. Maybe they do. Maybe they stick it in. They somehow clip out something and put that in there and leave you just hanging, because literally we're just hanging in the wind right now, waiting for the other bracelets to come out. That's what I feel like. We're just waiting for that knock on the door.
To drop.
Yep. All right, man. So
All
we'll
right.
see you at. I'll see you Sunday. I'll be away, but I'll be here. All right.
Yep.
I'll talk to you later, bro.
Are you gonna be at beachside?
No, I won't do it. It's too windy. I'll do it from the house.
It'd be nice. No shirt. You'd be flexing.
Oh, but you don't
That'd be a seed.
You guys just watch me surf or fish. But,
All right, man.
I won't do that to you.
Yep.
All right, Joe. Talk to you.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's gonna wrap it up here on Seeking Justice with Boston Mike, Tom CPU, and Joe